on the cast. Yay! Welcome to Chatterbox number 20-something, 26. Monkeying around, maybe. We invited Mr. Schmeckel on, though, like most sane individuals, he's probably asleep right now, so I sincerely doubt he will be joining us. Nonetheless, you should go check out the Cunt stream. It's on a couple times a week. I don't know which days. Just my notifications tell me, and I catch them, and they're always terribly entertaining.
Right. Yeah, I got to start watching those again, dude. Keep forgetting.
They are kind of fun, man. They get some interesting people on. Schmeckel seems to have pretty good at networking and manage to draw some pretty interesting folks. And he has enough of an audience that people actually think they're going to get something out of it. So as per YouTube standard, sort of like the shitty sort of attitude that a lot of YouTubers have, where it's like, hey, what's this going to do for me?
Right.
Doesn't necessarily apply as it applies in a good way for him as opposed to a bad way for us. Not that I care. I mean, if somebody's like that, I'd rather not talk to him. But
yeah. No, that's why I like having on like Base Mama and them. Like, they don't fucking care. They just want to fucking have a decent conversation or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't care about a fucking sub count or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that's the weird thing to me. Yeah. I'm sort of like the stick out in chats, so a lot of people tend to remember me in chats.
Yeah, you definitely tend to make an impression, dude.
Hopefully a bad one. I hate to be a good impression.
Plus, the name alone is memorable, dude. I mean, come on.
I have these little Martinelli sparkling apple juices because I don't drink, but they still have like a twist off top like a beer.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, every once in a while, you don't commit enough to opening it, and it starts to kind of cut your fingers and shit out.
Yeah, I love those things, man. We get those Thanksgiving. We always get a bunch of those, dude.
Oh, the sparkling apple juice tastes different than the sparkling cider from Martinelli's. It's a really subtle difference, but it's really good. It's way better than the cider.
Yeah, I'll have to try that one.
Yeah, and they're in small 10-ounce bottles that are clear. And like they sell them by the case in a store nearby where I'm at.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, let's invite Mr. Matoker, and then I'm gonna invite PewDiePie.
That'd be fucking amazing, dude.
He seems fascinating. He's done some crazy shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I bet he's got some great stories when before he got big. Because that's what I'd love to hear about. I'd love to hear about what's the fucking deal. Like, you go from being some broke ass college dropout to being the biggest fucking star on YouTube and pulling in a couple mil a year.
Yeah.
Like, how does that fucking go? Did his family like go crazy? Like, did he have to like cut people off and shit? Because that money fucks with everybody.
Yeah, people fucking come out of the woodwork, man. You fucking get rich. Yep. That would be a get, as they say in the business. And it would still probably not help the channel at all. This channel is cursed.
So, here we go. Here's my invitation to Mr. Matoker. Hey, come join the most mediocre hangout on the net. Seriously, we're awful. I think go for
it. I might get it. That is an attractive offer, man.
You don't get much cooler than that, man.
Yeah, man, especially on his channel.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was it, dude. Especially on his channel, since that's what he's named after.
We are really good at talking over each other.
They're not that bad, dude.
Let's see, what is PewDiePie's Twitter?
I assume it's just the PEWDIE.
I almost feel like I shouldn't. I'm still gonna.
Fuck it.
With no viewers.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as many fucking things as he gets, I doubt he would even notice it. Like, he probably doesn't even really, for the most part, deal with his. He's probably, you got that big of a following, man. You almost have to pay like 10 people to follow it for you.
Hey, want to come hang out with no viewers? Come on a hangout with no viewers? By all means, join us.
It's not bad.
I'm not going to put the link because he has so many viewers that people probably like fucking scan for tweets to him and might actually just start joining in. Whereas like Mitoker, where I'm like, we got a bunch of randos flooding the stream. I mean, I can banhammer people, but I don't want to fucking be that asshole.
Yeah, yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, well, man. Fucking, apparently the Academy Awards were tonight. I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, yeah.
I guess
I noticed it because my mom wanted to fucking record it or whatever. That's the only reason that's the only reason I knew about it.
Well, they had record low viewership last year, and I kind of get the feeling they're going to have record low viewers this year as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it turns out nobody wants to hear your fucking bullshit, your leftist fucking propaganda.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking, what is it, Daniel Glover or Donald Glover? The one who's the son of the guy that was in all the Mel Gibson buddy cop movies. I forget which.
Yeah, it was Danny Glover was the one that was in them, so I think it's Donald Glover.
Donald Glover is his son.
Yeah.
And, he used his acceptance speech to be like, thank you, Trump, for making black people the most marginalized people in the world.
Yeah.
Fucking,
or Meryl Streep bullshit. Meryl Streep fucking had some crazy ass bullshit she was spouting too.
Meryl Streep is always hilarious.
Dude, she's insane, dude.
They're out of their minds.
Completely out of touch, dude. It's hilarious.
Oh, I still love the Stranger Things speech. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I love Winona Ryder's reactions. Yeah. It was so fucking perfect, dude.
She's like, what the fuck is going on? This is not what we talked about.
Yeah, like acting can change the world. I don't think it can, dude. Maybe I'm I
gotta show you this. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just gotta show you this. This is just a real quick little snippet I'm seeing on Twitter here. Trying to steal an electrified Trump sign. And it's going to play again here for your entertainment.
Oh my God.
Somebody got tired of their sign going missing.
That's fucking great, dude.
Sorry, I saw that when I was retweeting out the Hangout.
Oh, shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? You have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get that people are going to have political disagreements, but it doesn't have to get to the point of, like, stealing shit and fucking...
Yeah, ripping up a sign and that. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah. What was one there was... I forget whose sign it was. I don't think this was Trump. I think this might have been a couple of years ago. Or a couple of election cycles or whatever. But somebody kept driving up under this dude's yard and wiping out his sign, so he installed tire spikes in his yard.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
So the dumb fucking lady called the cops. Yeah, guess who they arrested? It wasn't the guy with tire spikes in his yard. It was her. So you got to go to jail.
How the fuck, dude? How do you... That's amazing that you could be that entitled to think that you could drive onto someone's private property
to take out a
trash their signs and then fucking call the cops when there's fucking tires on that guy's private fucking property.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude.
Well, the thing is, you can, as long as it's not a lethal thing, you can pretty much defend your property however you want. It's when you get into, like, you know, your door handle will, like, electrocute somebody that you end up with a felony. You know, like, that's the...
Yeah, or if it's fucking landmines or something, dude, it's a little different. But yeah, the fact that you got fucking, you know, kind of lucky all you got was fucking flat tires from driving up in their fucking property.
Oh, I know. I mean, how pissed would you be? That would just be the worst.
Yeah.
Like, every morning you come out and your fucking lawn is just all torn up because somebody didn't like that you put... I don't even remember whose sign it was.
Yeah.
Like, you put somebody's sign up on your yard, and so people just think that it's okay to do that. It's out of their mind.
Yeah, you feel so fucking self-righteous that you call the cops, dude. That's fucking hilarious to me, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Hey, I was driving into this guy's lawn to run over a sign, and that asshole put down a fucking strips, and now I got flat tires. Like, okay, turn around. I'm gonna fucking cuff you, bitch.
Oh, there's chicks
I don't get it.
like called the cops because they hit somebody. You know, I mean, like,
Wow.
that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Thrax.
Hey, Thrax. Nice. Yeah. Got a dragon in the chat.
Oh, we've definitely got to give him a wrench. There we go.
Yeah.
Skittles McStabby Pants and Day 12 Quad, Thrax. I'm also Untitled Studios. I wear many masks. I am a mystery.
Yeah. How did you find out? Because fucking Stabby doesn't tell anybody he has channels.
I think I told him a while ago.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just,
did he ask? Did you actually volunteer the information without him asking?
I don't remember.
Because that would be a first.
Sometimes people... people wonder what I look like. Like, do I picture you like this or that? And I'm like, well, my face is all over both my channels. No, what do you mean both your channels?
I'm telling you, man.
Oh, yeah, it's on Untitled Studios and Skittles McStabby Pants. Both, well, Untitled Studios is more of a group channel, but both my channels, sort of.
Right. Yeah, pretty much the rest of the group, other than what?
Yeah.
Engelhardt. Who else was part of your? Oh, was 40 Mike part of it? You consider him part of it?
Yeah. 40 Mike, Engelhardt, and Classholes. Mr. Classholes, who you've never met, because I think he doesn't know how to get on any of this stuff anymore. Or he just sort of like faded away and went to school or whatever.
Yeah.
We're all part
I
of
remember seeing some of his PowerPoints. Good shit.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Classholes was fucking hilarious. That dude was really good.
Yeah.
He was our special little African friend. He really was. He's like half white, half black, really little guy. So it's technically our little African friend. But he was hilarious. It's a shame that he stopped doing stuff with the channel. But it started to fade out. People started getting too serious about like some of the political stuff and getting angry and and they say it was me, but I don't think I ever got yelly. I just got kind of like a little snide. Because I debate hard.
Right. Yeah, I can't imagine you getting like fucking angry. Like, I don't know if you do or not, but it's kind of hard to imagine you.
Oh, of course I get angry. Yeah. But I don't.
Well, I mean, in a debate kind of thing. Yeah, I guess that's what I mean.
But when it's a debate, I debate hard and I don't pull my punches, and I'll absolutely throw somebody else off balance if I can. If they're going to lose their temper, it's just going to make me look more right. And I already think I'm right. Yeah. And I'm a little bit of an asshole at times. Definitely a lot of an asshole at times.
Yeah, I can see you getting a little trolly or a lot trolly.
If you put me in a position where I'm literally debating something I know for a fact is true, I will absolutely die to defend my points, which is probably not a really good personality.
I don't know. If you believe in something that strongly, then fuck it, man.
But when you're talking with your friends, sometimes you got to be able to be like, all right, let's just let this go.
Yeah, no, I suck at debating, dude. That's why I don't generally engage in it that much. Because my most common response if I'm getting into any kind of debate situation is to say, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like that. That's pretty much how my responses go. Maybe.
Well, that's true. Anything I think I'm right about doesn't mean I am right. It just means I think I am.
Right.
Thinking and being right are two entirely different things. Oh, man. Oh, apparently there's been a bunch of fucking hoaxes of celebrity deaths. Like, there's already been a ton of celebrities that died this year that were, like, really big names.
Right.
Also been like a bunch of hoax celebrity deaths to go along with it.
Oh, right. Where they report it and they're not dead, like at all.
Yeah, like somebody was saying Elton John died. That was one of the hoaxes. I'm looking to see if I can find it.
Yeah, that's pretty believable though, and I guess that's what makes them work. Is the fact that you could see that old fat fucker keeling over anytime.
Let's see. 20 celebs who are rumored to have died but didn't. Because there was supposed to be like a bunch of them in 2017. No, this is 2016. What, Britney Spears? There was a hoax about Britney Spears dying at one point?
Yeah, I could see it, like a drug overdose or something.
Yeah, she did kind of go off the
not that far
for a while there.
Yeah, shaving her head and showing her cooch.
Well, that became like a fucking badge of honor. Like the nips just wasn't good enough anymore, and so they were like, "Let's do the coochie show." You know, it's just like
right. Flash the Beaver.
Yeah, Flash the Beaver, Beaver Flash. So yeah, apparently, Sony Music Global's Twitter account was hacked, and a message went out to saying "R.I.P. Britney Spears."
Wow, Macaulay Culkin.
He looks like he died and came back, so I could totally believe that.
That dude is fucking creepy looking, dude, isn't he? Like he still kind of looks like a kid, but not really. He looks like an albino to me for some reason.
Yeah, he got washed out. He did a lot of drugs, a lot of fucking heroin.
Right.
No, but he did a Weekend at Bernie's style. So this is apparently people holding him up pretending he's dead.
Oh, Jesus.
And he found out that everybody said he died.
Oh, wow. Start playing that music and have him dance around. Oh, really delicious. Yeah, you can see that guy having a fucking heart attack any day. So that's pretty believable.
He is pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, my fucking son loves that guy, dude.
He's pretty funny.
Fucking absolute. Yeah, he really is, dude.
And he kind of sticks to just funny stuff. He doesn't really get a lot into politics, which I kind of appreciate. Even though there's a lot of stuff now that's big. Politics is really big right now because like everybody's kind of into it. He's still like his special on Netflix this year was, I mean, it covered just a teeny tiny little bit, but most of it was just funny shit. So you just have a laugh and forget about all the nonsense, which is why you fucking watch a comedian.
Right. Yeah, a lot of comedians have forgotten that. So, yeah, it sucks when they stop having the, being funny be their main focus, dude. It really sucks.
Yeah.
I watch Mark Maron's, dude, and I really like Mark Maron, but he's so far left and so fucking blinded. He did like fucking open with like 10 to 12 minutes, I think, on Trump, dude. Like it was hard to get through, man. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. Enough. Yeah. No, Stench Ever's here. Right on. Hey, National Enquirer.
So Paul McCartney apparently had two hoaxes. One in 1966, they thought it was like there was an imposter playing him.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
2012, because he's kind of old, so I get that.
Oh yeah, no, he was replaced with a fucking clone back in 1966, apparently.
Oh, is that what they said? It was a clone? That's hilarious.
Well, a clone or fucking somebody that just looked a lot like him.
Oh, that's so funny. Maybe that's in the Berenstein reality as opposed to the Berenstein reality.
Yeah, that one's so ridiculous. I remember as a kid wondering why people were pronouncing it Berenstein when it was spelled A-I-N.
I don't know.
Why is everybody saying Berenstein when it's spelled A-I-N? I don't.
Well, see, that's the reality glitch. Now that we've shifted realities, it's.
No, I definitely remember it being A-I-N when I was a kid and pointing it out.
Yeah.
To like my parents, like, why are they pronouncing it like it's E-I-N? Why does everybody pronounce it like that, Mom and Dad?
That's because it's the you from the alternate reality.
Oh, is that what it is? Even as a kid, I was locked in on both realities.
You see, exactly. You knew what was going on. You just didn't know exactly what it was. Usually something was wrong.
I have been spotting glitches in the Matrix since I was 4 years old.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman, I can believe Morgan Freeman is dead now because he looks so old and has for so long.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like really, almost as long as he's been famous, he looks like he was. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Cher,
I fucking love that guy, though. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I thought Cher died by now. Let's turn back time.
I think most of her body parts are less than 10 years old at this point, so.
Yeah, the chassis is the only original part.
Right.
All the trim and accessories have been replaced.
Right.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah,
That's kind of
apparently
weird.
starting in 2009.
Fall off a cliff?
Yeah, fall off a cliff in New Zealand.
Wow.
2009.
The Global Associated News. That's their favorite way to hoax a celebrity death.
Wow. Natalie Portman, Tony Danza, Tom Hanks, and Jeff Goldblum have all been reported to have fallen off a cliff in New Zealand.
That's crazy, dude.
That's fucking funny. Let's see, Jackie Chan. Well, nobody's surprised that Jackie Chan has had a death hoax because that fucker is crazy.
Yeah, he does all stunts and yeah, he's a lunatic, dude. He's fucked himself up quite a few times, so yeah, pretty believable.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, one movie where he had to finish it and his hand was fucking broken and he still finished the movie. Like his hand and arm, I think, were broken.
I believe it. The dude's badass. Jackie Chan is like the real Bruce Lee. If Bruce Lee was 100%, all the rumors were true. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I don't know. I've heard that his stuff is more of almost like dance type, ballet type thing, more than actual true martial arts.
Well, the problem
because I remember having this discussion when the guy was like, "Dude, Jet Li would kick Jackie Chan's ass."
Oh, Jackie Chan?
No, Jet Li. You remember Jet Li?
Yeah. Oh, I know who Jet Li is. Yeah. I think Jackie Chan is a tough motherfucker. I'm just talking about like the toughness of him. I'm not talking about his martial arts.
Gotcha.
Just from like, you know, the rumors of how tough Bruce Lee was. It's like he was like the most badass mofo on the planet. Like Jackie Chan is sort of like seems to be able to take pretty much any amount of damage and just keep like a robot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right, because Bruce Lee was laid up with a fucking fucked up back for like, I don't know, several months at least.
Well, and that's what killed him was pain medication for his back.
Mm-hmm.
He took like some aspirin or something and had some weird reaction to it that just fucking some sort of medical, or not medical, but a medication mix up like a bunch of other stuff.
Suspicious, dude. There's a real possibility of a conspiracy there, dude.
Oh, I don't think so. Strange. I think he was on a bunch of pills, and it was the 70s. So he probably was on some stuff that wasn't fucking prescribed.
Right.
Not to mention a lot of people, you know, in like China and Asian countries believe in a lot of weird witch doctor-y type medicine.
Mm. So could be, but there were a lot of motherfuckers that wanted to take him out too, though.
A lot of that was rumors. A lot of that was not really that true.
Oh, really? Like, because I know he was really pushing for the fact that you didn't have to fucking draw out a fight, and they were
but a lot of that stuff that happened was only reported by people, never actually verified in any way.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
So some of this is totally true. Like, I mean, you've seen like the videos, like the 1-inch punch, and like the one where he's lighting matchsticks with a fucking pair of nunchucks.
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff. Like he had some skills. Like a lot of people, he really did have some skills, and he was an extremely talented martial artist. Like you can't take that. I think
for being a little dude, he could fucking pack a lot of punch into his kicks and punches.
And I think his legend grew a lot more than he did.
Right.
Really deserved, and it was really deserved. But that's just because of the time period. There wasn't not everybody had a camera.
Yeah.
So you could say,
why isn't number 9 true?
Yeah. Emma Watson.
Why the fuck is number 9 not true? I hate to wish that on anybody, but goddamn, she's horrible.
Though. She's so
She is? Okay.
I feel like she just needs the right guy to just fuck the reality into her.
Well, she does, dude. She's an actress. I don't think she's really good at acting dramatic. I don't buy her fucking feminist bullshit. I don't think she believes it. I think she's playing a fucking role, and she's good at sounding really fucking dramatic, dude. It's the same way, well, they happen to have the same last name, but it's the same way I feel about fucking Paul Joseph Watson. I don't know how much they actually believe the bullshit, but they're really good at seeming really intense and really fucking meaningful without actually feeling it.
You know, it helps her climb the ladder in Hollywood too. You know, it might not make her more popular with people, but like she'll get bigger roles because of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Fail right the fuck upwards.
Yeah, I just think she's really good at
Oh yeah,
being overly dramatic and really fucking acting like she means something intensely because she's a fucking actress, dude.
yeah. I mean, it's probably like half-assed at best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, her masseuse told her some shit, so she like decided to go fucking talk to some people and had an opportunity to go talk to, even more people and feel more important.
Yeah. But yeah, I just don't. She's fucking awful, and I don't really think she's all that hot, dude.
Hey, different strokes, different folks, man.
Yeah, we all have different tastes. Yeah, Jesus, this one we could do without
Paris
as well.
Hilton.
Wow, that's
Paris
actually
Hilton
3
put
in a
out a
row. If I'm
song.
looking ahead, where I wouldn't be all that disappointed if they were true.
Yeah, I don't think the world would miss Paris Hilton. Although One Night in Paris was funny. It wasn't really hot. It was just funny. It was a really funny porno.
The thing that Jimmy Fallon did with her on the fucking Weekend Update was pretty good too. Back in the day, it was like,
Jimmy
okay,
Fallon's
so
pretty
there
brilliant.
actually is in Paris. There actually is a Hilton, so there is actually Paris Hilton. And he'd say shit like, okay, well, I'm a pretty big celebrity, so I may have to, go in the back door. And she's like, it doesn't matter who you are. It's not happening. Whatever.
Oh, man.
It's fucking happening.
Well, she took a fucking load in the mouth, though, so good for her. I mean,
right.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to put a press release out that said she was not actually dead. Since she was stabbed to death in prison. That's funny.
She probably started the fucking rumor to remind people that she's still alive.
I don't know, man. That chick makes mad fucking ducats. She turned that whole sex tape into a huge fucking thing. Like, she's got perfume, clothing line.
Oh, yeah.
All sorts of shit. It's
that's right.
It's like Jessica Simpson. Like, Jessica Simpson had like a couple of hit songs and had a really good singing voice, but did she fucking start like a fashion empire. Same with like the Wilson twins too.
Right.
Like, their money all comes from like fashion,
fucking
perfumes, makeups, tons.
Mobile games, shitty mobile games.
Yep, exactly. I mean,
Kardashians too, man. Fuck, man.
They just took that notoriety to the point where like they could do like all this other crazy shit.
Yeah,
the Beebs apparently. Wow,
that's what I was saying. There's like at least 3 in a row there that I wouldn't mind if it was true at all, man.
All right, and Justin Bieber is a POS kind of guy. Like, he's just a total jerk at this point.
Yeah,
but let's not forget that he started on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
That's where his career started.
Right.
He can actually play like 6 or 7 instruments. Mm-hmm. So, like, as much as I don't like him or his music, I will give him that he actually can make.
He's an actual musician. Yeah.
He had some talent and he parlayed it into a career. Now, I don't fucking like the dude. I think he's a giant pile of shit because he got famous way too young. But
yeah, he's a douche for sure. But yeah, like if that happened to me when I was that age, I like to think I'd still be a decent person, but I'd probably be kind of a douche, at least kind of a douche if I got famous that early, dude.
He needs a guy that's going to hang around with him who's going to be like, dude, what the fuck? That's not cool.
Yeah.
And then just smack him.
Yeah, a reality check guy.
Yeah, like, somebody who's not afraid to just hit him in the back of the head, punch him in the arm, fucking grab him and pull him out of a situation, whatever.
Yeah, and if you have a dad that's going to fucking comment on a fucking video where you're showing your cock with, what are you feeding that thing? Like, the guidance is probably not there.
Yeah, he needs a male figure who's going to just stomp him.
Yeah.
Not stop STOP, but stomp STOMP. Because guys need that. Guys need to know that, like, dude, there's a line you're going to cross where somebody will punch you in the face.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of celebrities are insulated from that necessary part of becoming a man.
Yeah, of learning that there is a line that you can cross where you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
You better fucking figure out where it is.
He's crossed it. I think, what's his name? Fucking Orlando Bloom punched him in the face.
Oh, really?
And he didn't really learn anything from it. I think it was.
Good for Orlando Bloom.
Wow, I type in 4 letters. Bieber punched by Orlando Bloom during a fight. Yeah, they got into a fight and Bloom punched him.
Nice.
I've seen the video. I remember the video. You couldn't really tell what happened. It was all there were too many bodyguards. Like, no, not the video.
Good job, Legolas. Good job.
Legolas with the arrow-like accuracy. Chris Brown. Okay, Chris Brown. I wouldn't mind if he passed. I mean, that dude beats up on women. I got no.
Yeah. Regardless of if he was provoked or not, and he's really fucking scumbag, dude. If you're actually fucking hitting women.
Yeah. Giant fucking pile of shit. Who cares about Chris Brown? Cesar Millan, really? I didn't know there was a rumor about the.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Yeah, I like that guy.
Oh, said he died of a heart attack. Oh, he was hospitalized. He's alive and well.
That's good.
Oh, he posted a Facebook post with his dog to tell everybody he was still alive. That's funny. I don't know who Chumley Russell is.
Oh, he's from Pawn Stars, dude. You know, the guy with the bald head in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the fucking retarded one.
Oh, yeah?
He's actually pretty entertaining, though. Like, he's a fucking idiot, but he's kind of entertaining in his idiocy.
I mean, there's idiot who's like an asshole, and there's idiot like who, you know, if you met him, he would invite you for a beer. You know, like,
yeah.
So if he's the kind who's like, hey, why don't we go have a beer? Then it's like, all right, cool, man.
Yeah, he's not like a dick. He's just a dumbass, dude, like an entertaining dumbass, dude.
Oh, I think I watched some Pawn Stars. I just don't remember it it's been a long time since I watched it.
Yeah, he would do shit like he had like a fucking ball and chain, and he goes to set it down on the top of a glass fucking case and shatters the top of the glass case. Dude.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah, and then the bald guy just shook his head and was laughing. Like, God, that's right.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like they're hiring a chick, and he'd be like, "Dude, I'll train her. I'll totally train her."
But they were like, "We're not letting you near her. We can't afford the lawsuit."
I think they let him, but you know he was fucking worthless because he's an idiot.
Yeah, but he's probably like a really good friend. So it's like they're like, "Look, he's so dumb. He's never gonna make it if we don't kind of look out for the guy." And
right.
We're doing
this guy's gonna end up dead if we cut him loose.
Yeah.
Hence the rumors, I guess.
Wayne Knight. Oh, that would be.
Oh,
he's a funny guy. I kind of like him. He plays a really good villain.
Yeah. You know what? I really liked him in the first Jurassic Park, dude.
Oh yeah. Well,
remember
the
that?
villain makes the movie every time, and he played such a despicable character that it just made it so much more satisfying when the character got his own. You know.
Yeah. But I love the part where he's meeting that guy and fucking the other guy is like being all like really on the movie somewhere. And he's like, "Everybody, we got Dotson here. We got Dotson." He's like, "Look, nobody cares. You sit down, shut up."
That was pretty fucking funny. This is the CIA. Nobody fucking knows who you are, man. Relax. Just some white guy.
Yelling out his name. Oh shit.
Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne's pretty cool. I like Lil Wayne. He actually stood up a little bit to the SJW and said, "Hey, I'm pretty fucking rich. I don't know what y'all complaining about."
Right. He's like, "I haven't experienced any of that shit. Like, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I'm telling you, I have not experienced any of that shit."
I thought that was cool that he was just like, you know what? I'm pretty blessed. I got a great career, and I'm just going to fucking stick with that.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome, dude.
So there's a Facebook post that began about Lil Wayne's death, saying at about 11 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday, he passed away. Yeah, he's still alive and well.
Right on.
I don't know who Mark McGrath is.
It's from Sugar Ray, dude. Singer from Sugar Ray.
Oh,
really good at
at
Music Jeopardy, dude. Holy fuck!
You ever see him
when he do the
game show?
Yeah. Well, no, he was. He would go on there as a contestant on the Musical Jeopardy or whatever, and fuck, dude, his knowledge of music history is astounding, dude.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like his career now though, like he basically hosts like all the game shows.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I hadn't even noticed that.
Like I remember seeing him on a bunch of different game shows as a host on like the Game Show Network, where like nothing is really that great.
All right. Yeah, it could be. I don't remember seeing him on any. Literally, besides him singing, all I know is he's been on Music Jeopardy, dude.
Yeah, I Just Want to Fly song, right?
Yeah. But he would really clean up, dude. Like, no, I don't think anybody ever beat him at the Musical Jeopardy.
Oh, and the world's most overblown, untalented whore.
Beyonce. Although, you know what? I really liked her in the Austin Powers movie, dude.
She's a great actress. I think it's so shitty that she fucking used those two chicks to get big, Destiny's Child, if anybody fucking remembers it, and then just throw them away like trash when she first got the opportunity to fucking just make herself big and throw them away.
Yeah.
I cannot respect that.
Yeah. Plus, there's a big thing about how old she actually is. I think that's funny.
Oh, how old is Beyonce?
I don't know, but there's like some kind of controversy about she's older than she says she is or something. So I think it was like Gabrielle Union was like, yeah, we knew each other when we were teenagers. And like if that was true, then it would make her like 8 years older than she's claimed she is.
All right, now I gotta find out if that's actually a rumor. That's fucking hilarious. It really is a thing. That's so funny.
You think I was making it up, dude?
No, I didn't think you were making it up. It's so funny that it's actually true.
Yeah, that's fucking
People
crazy.
give a shit.
Oh man. Yep.
Something about her and Usher, and then Gabrielle Union comes into the whole thing. Oh God, I just can't care. I think it's hilarious that there's a rumor. I just don't want to know.
Yeah.
This is as far as I can go into celebrity fucking stuff. Thing.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, this dude's funny as fuck. He's
I love Mr. Bean, dude. I don't know why, man, but I fucking love that shit.
I like that his rumor was suicide.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Man. Just to get people to click on a video claiming to watch his suicide. What the fucking
Jesus, dude.
Were they hoping to be like Mr. Heavyfoot takes a long walk off a short pier or something?
I remember meeting a dude that looked fucking exactly like him, dude. It was fucking creepy, dude. Yeah, and I'm like, dude, there's no way you've never heard this, but you look exactly like Mr. Bean. And nobody else knew who it was, who Mr. Bean was. This is when I was like 18 or something. Nope, none of my friends knew who Mr. Bean was for some reason. And I'm like, dude, guys, trust me. If you've never seen it, this dude fucking looks exactly like him.
He's real big in Europe and on the internet, but not real big in like American pop culture.
Yeah, that's true. Most of the stuff he's done is
Jaden Smith. Well, I think we can all rest assured that while Jaden Smith himself is not dead, his brain died many years ago.
Right. And then some kind of fucking new age fucking implants are running his fucking brain now.
Oh, I'm sure he killed it with chemicals and fucking weird religion.
Yeah, him and his sister are fucking wacky motherfuckers.
That's what happens when your parents raise you and treat you like you're some sort of special fucking snowflake and that you're perfect and you can do everything right.
Yeah.
I think Will Smith basically, I've read some stuff about him talking about raising the kids. And he's like, I don't want them to feel like they have to go in any particular direction. I want them to be able to choose how to proceed in life. I'm like, they're fucking kids. They proceed where you fucking tell them.
Right. You got to give them some kind of structure, dude. You have to have some kind of fucking structure. Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Plus, I think it's weird that they name their kids like after each other. Like Jaden is named after Jada and Willow is named after Will. Like it's just a slightly different name, but they basically named them after each other.
Oh, who knows, man? That whole thing.
Well, it has to be like it's reversed, obviously. Like, you know, the fucking boy is named after the mom, the girl is named after the dad. But yeah, Jada, Jaden, you know, Will Smith to Willow. That can't be a coincidence, dude. I've never read anything on it, but that can't be a coincidence.
I don't know. At a certain point, like I hate celebrities so much. I love watching their stuff, but I just fucking hate them so much.
Yeah. There's very few that are fucking really interesting people, dude. Like, you know what I mean? They're almost all fucking lame, vapid, and fucking. Ugh.
Kevin Pollak. Kevin Pollak has a show on YouTube, the Kevin Pollak Chat Show, which probably very few people know about because it's not very big. But he basically just interviews random celebrities that he can get in touch with through friends and people that he's worked with that are willing to give him like an hour of their time because he's in Hollywood with all of them. Right. And because Kevin Pollak's been in like every fucking movie.
Yeah, he does play a lot of fucking
extremely skilled character actor, and he's done a lot of work.
He does a lot of stand-up, dude.
Oh yeah, he was a stand-up before he was an actor.
Yeah.
He was on Carson, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That's how he got his career.
But yeah, no, you're right. He's a great actor, man. Like, he's hardly ever the leading guy, but he usually plays really memorable.
Yeah.
Like in A Few Good Men, that was a good role. Grumpy Old Man, I actually liked him in Grumpy Old Men, dude. It was a pretty small role.
He was one of the little pixies, one of the brownies, I should say, in Willow. He was in Kevin Smith's buddy cop movie, Cop Out.
Have I seen that? Is that the one with Bruce Willis?
Yeah. He was one of the douchebag cops that turned out to be really a good guy at the end. The guy who was telling
that was the famous one.
You don't wear boots like that. Those boots will wear you, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the movie where fucking Kevin Smith discovered that Bruce Willis is a fucking douchebag.
Yeah. Well, and
that's why they say never meet your heroes.
Well, what was it? I don't know if you've ever watched Rooster Teeth, but one of the guys on there also says the same thing because he's met a couple celebrities because he travels to a lot of things and does a lot of Comic Cons. Jeff Ramsey or whatever it is, and he was saying like, "Yeah, I've met a couple of my heroes, and I don't want to meet anybody anymore because they've all turned out to be douchebags."
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Have you ever watched any of the Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis?
No, I've never watched that, and I love Zach Galifianakis.
They're fucking hilarious, dude. Well, Bruce Willis actually went on. Bruce Willis is one of the ones that went on there, and Zach basically makes fun of whoever the fuck's on there. Like, in fact, the Justin Bieber one at the end, Zach takes out his belt and starts whipping him, dude. Like it's fucking dad, dude. It's fucking hilarious, dude. But the Bruce Willis one. This is why I'm surprised, because if Bruce Willis is such a douchebag, I'm surprised he agreed to this. But one of the questions that Zach asks him, he's like, "Are you aware that some actors actually turn down movie roles?" I'm so surprised he fucking agreed to that shit.
I looked it up and favorited that because I'm gonna have to watch that. I've never watched that. I don't know why.
Dude, they're fucking hilarious. The ones with Bradley Cooper are fucking classic, dude. Yeah, the one with Charlize Theron's really good.
Well, Charlize Theron has a good sense of humor, and so does Bradley Cooper. Yeah. Like they're almost comics on their own.
Yeah.
Like they're comedic actors, and they probably wouldn't be able to do stand up unless they really worked at it for a couple of years. But like, they've got the chops, kind of deal, and the attitude.
Yeah. Like Charlize Theron kind of acts like, well, the joke, she makes fun of him, but obviously she's in on it. She's not really as stuck up as she's acting.
Well, she gets that it's to make people laugh. It's not to make her look good. It's to be funny.
Yeah. She does a great job on there, man. Yeah, I actually really like her. It's like you said, seems like a real person, dude, and would be actually really fun to hang out with.
Well, that's the difference between like somebody who could be a comic and somebody who can be a really good comedic actor. Is you got to get that at the end of the day, it really isn't about making you look good. It's just about making the audience enjoy the show.
Right. Yeah.
And
that's why Ann Coulter was fucking horrible on the fucking roasts. When Ann Coulter did a roast, she's like, "I'm not going to say that. That's going to make me look bad. I'm not going to say that." Like, you fucking
I would never do a roast. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, I would never be roaster or a roastee. Like, they both, to me, like, one of them seems like you're kind of fucking full of yourself. Like, you think you're just, I don't know. It seems like you're arrogant in my opinion. It's my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is
just people getting roasted, you mean? Or
I don't know. It kind of feels like they are. Like, oh, look at me. I'm super fucking cool. I get a roast kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just way off. But
yeah. I don't know, man. Have you seen the old ones with, like, Greg Giraldo? He's fucking really good at it, dude. He was really fucking great at it.
I don't know, man. I've never been a big fan of like just tear people down on that level. But maybe I just haven't watched enough to really get into it, the spirit of it.
Yeah, if it's done right, I mean, it's you kind of don't even pay attention to who's getting roasted. Like,
It's just the jokes.
Yeah. Although the one with Greg Giraldo doing Larry the Cable Guy, like you could tell he kind of really meant the shit he was saying.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but at one point he was literally like, "How the fuck are you so popular?"
Like the Cable Guy figured it out, dude. That guy found one thing that just fucking sold $1 billion and was like, "I'm gonna make all the motherfucking money. Get her done."
Yeah, it's just a fucking character. I don't know if a lot of people realize that Larry the Cable Guy that's a character that Dan Whitney invented.
Absolutely.
You know, he's from Nebraska. That accent does not come out of Nebraska. He picked that up.
The guy himself is real smart too.
All right.
Like anybody that's talked to him, like that talks about him and is honest, is like, yeah, that guy's really fucking smart.
Yeah. Although he's a little really disingenuous, dude, which is what bugs me. But beyond that, because he never really acknowledges openly that this is a fucking character. He doesn't deny it, but
you know how much money that dude makes? I think
honestly, I think the
he wouldn't make as much.
I think the success of people like Larry the Cable Guy is part of what drove Greg Giraldo fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah,
shit like that, plus women is what mainly killed Greg Giraldo.
Yeah, well, Greg Giraldo, unfortunately, that whole thing was unfortunate. So,
dude was too fucking smart. Yeah, dude was way too fucking smart for his own good, man. I just love the fact that you graduate from fucking Harvard Law School and you fucking stop being a lawyer to go become a fucking stand-up comedian, dude. It fucking blows my mind.
Ooh, a little hit on Trump from Stephen King. Trump thinks hitting a woman with a golf ball and knocking her down is funny. I think it indicates a severely fucked up mind. Stephen King, you got no fucking room to talk. That is
you're really going to talk about fucked up minds?
I've never heard in my fucking life. Shut your fucking hole.
Jesus, dude.
Go back to making mediocre, entertaining movies and shut your fucking mouth.
Right. Yeah, Clive Barker is way better than you are, motherfucker. You're a lucky bitch.
Hey, you know what? The Stephen King movies are great. I love them. They're like those classic terrible movies, but he's got no room to talk.
Yeah, and I actually like especially his little cameos in his movies. I fucking love them, dude.
Oh yeah,
but he's really good. I shouldn't say I don't like dislike him, but yeah, I don't want to hear his fucking stupid ass opinions, dude.
Well, I just think it's hilarious that he wants to say somebody else has got a fucked up mind. It's like, look, Stephen King, buddy, we've all read books.
That is a complete lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, dude, the dude doesn't like Trump, whatever, but that's just kind of funny. Like, don't you realize you're doing way more harm than good? Because apparently somebody made a GIF. Okay, so I actually saw the GIF that he was talking about a minute ago. Because now I'm making it a point to like try to find stuff to. Wonder, can I blow it up big enough to watch full screen? I don't think I can blow it up big enough to watch full screen.
Right. Yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, honestly, I do love fucking Clive Barker shit way more than Stephen King stuff. Dude. Make more Clive Barker's movie or books into fucking movies.
All right, let me see. I can look.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's a silly GIF that Stephen King is talking about. Here we go. Where Trump just hits the ball and then somebody cut in Hillary and made it look like he hit the ball into Hillary, knocked her down. Oh, and he laughed at it because it's a fucking joke, man. That's right. Nobody means that.
Yeah, it didn't really fucking happen, and that's what he's bitching about?
Yeah, that's what he's bitching about.
Jesus Christ, dude.
So it's just like that much more ridiculous. It's like, buddy, do you not fucking understand the internet? That's not real.
Yeah,
you didn't really hit Hillary Clinton with the golf ball, Stephen King. You're old.
You finally fucking lost it, buddy. I mean, you're never really all there, if I'm judging by your crazy ass books, but whatever you had is fucking gone now.
Oh, but I'll tell you, Kingdom Hospital. I did love Kingdom Hospital. That shit was fucking hilarious. That was a great show.
trying to think. Maximum Overdrive, I think, was a Stephen King one. That's from when I was a kid. I don't know if you remember that one.
He's done a lot. Rose Red, Kingdom Hospital. There was these are like the big long miniseries. The other one was Stand with Gary Sinise, the really weirdly religious one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been done by him that I never realized.
Tommy Knockers, Dreamwalkers, fucking Dreamcatcher, I think was also him. Shit, he's done a
Sleepwalkers.
Lot. Yeah, the people that turn into like sort of cats but can attack people in their dreams.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
Yeah.
I actually liked it when I was younger, but now,
I just like bad movies. Like, I will fully acknowledge that it's a terrible fucking film, and I love it. I love bad movies, especially bad 80s.
Thinner. I think I read Thinner, actually. I think that's one of the few Stephen King ones I actually read.
Oh, I've never read his books, believe it or not.
I think that's the only one I've read, dude. Cell phones make everyone rap. Oh, Jesus. Graveyard Shift. I'm kind of going through the list because I know there's some that aren't really horror stories that he wrote, and I'm trying to see which ones they are. The Shining, obviously. Needful Things. Yeah, Maximum Overdrive. Do you remember that movie?
The Tower wasn't really a horror movie.
Yeah. Which one?
The Tower.
Oh, right.
I think that was like an adventure book sort of thing.
Yeah. Was it Stand By Me? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Did he do Stand By Me?
Stephen King. It was originally titled something like And the Body or something.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You and I, actually, I think you talked about this at one time. Yeah. Have you seen Maximum Overdrive? Do you know what movie I'm talking about?
No, I don't think I have.
It's the one where there's basically the whole premise is that a comet, like the Earth passes through the tail of a comet, and somehow all mechanical things become sentient, murderous things. And there's that truck, the truck that has the huge fucking like clown Joker face on it, the big green Joker face on the front of the truck. It was from like a toy store or something.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like, who's in it? Emilio Estevez was in it. I think he's really the only well-known person in it. But there's like a fucking like an army jeep. Huh?
It's like every Stephen King movie except for like maybe three. There's like three where he's had multiple celebs, but each one just has like one main actor to anchor it. And then...
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, everything comes to life, dude. It's like one part where a fucking dude, like a coach, is going to try to get a soda out of a machine, and the fucking machine like chucks it out to him, hits him right in the fucking nuts, like super hard. And then when the guy kills, like fucking leans forward, it fucking hits him in the head and kills him.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's so fucking dumb. I should probably watch that then. That was so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it when I was a kid, but yeah, now looking back on it, it was pretty fucking ridiculous. There was like a fucking army jeep with like a machine gun on the back that it could control and fucking shoot people with, and yeah.
Oh, that sounds almost as bad as Zoo. Have you seen that? It's a show that like I think it's got like 2 or 3 seasons on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Something happens and all the animals in the world turn on humans and just start killing them.
Yeah,
so, like, and it starts off kind of like real slow with like just the predators kind of coming after people, and then it slowly spreads, and then it's basically people trying to figure out how to like
counteract it. Yeah,
and it's like they start working together though. Like so, like lions won't attack anybody like cows or anything. They'll just go after people together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The Lawnmower Man. I actually like that movie, dude. That was another one I saw when I was a kid that I really liked, was The Lawnmower Man.
I don't think I've ever seen The Lawnmower Man either. Is that the one where the guy takes over the house? I think it is.
Yeah. No, it's basically who's in it? Pierce Brosnan's in it. Basically, Pierce Brosnan plays like the scientist guy that has like some kind of computer program that can help intelligence, and he helps this fucking dude that's he fucking mows lawns. He's an idiot, like literally an idiot.
Oh, okay.
That can just mows lawns or whatever. He becomes super smart from whatever. It's kind of like almost like a virtual reality type thing that he hooks him up to that makes him super smart, and it gets to the point where he can actually control shit with his mind and fucking.
Yeah, and he like takes over somebody's like smart house, doesn't he, or something like that?
I don't think so, dude.
Oh, I must be confusing with another movie.
No, he takes over the internet basically. Like they try to lock him down. Like he actually gets his body like sucked into the internet or whatever. And then like they think they shut him off, but he fucking found some back door out. That's like how the movie ends, basically. Sorry. Spoiler alert.
On the movie, how many years old?
Yeah, it was when I was a kid, dude. So Tales from the Dark Side. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Creepshow. He did Creepshow, right?
I don't know.
I know he was in it. I don't know if he definitely acted in it because he's the one that fucking found the meteor or whatever. You seen Creepshow?
I've seen Creepshow. I didn't know that if he did that or not.
Yeah, you remember how the guy that finds the meteor or whatever, and then the fucking the shit starts growing everywhere, all over him and shit. You remember that?
Maybe I've only seen Creepshow 2 then.
Well, yeah, the first one is Stephen King is playing the guy that finds the meteor, and then fucking he like touches the stuff, and he's like meteor shit. Like he fucking gets something on him from the meteor. He's like meteor shit.
I've seen the one I saw had like a wooden Indian statue that killed a bunch of people, and then there was
there's a bunch of different stories in there. There's like the thing in a crate that's under the stairs or something.
No, I think I've seen Creepshow 2 or 3, but not the first one.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, The Mist. Okay, that was him too. Okay.
Oh, The Mist was him. That was a fucked up. Fucking. I don't know about the story, but the movie had a fucked up end.
Yeah, it was fucking horrible, dude.
Where the guy just killed like his own kid and his wife, and then the fucking soldiers come in.
Yeah, right after he fucking killed everybody, dude. Oh,
where they're like, suicide's the only way out, and he's like, I'll do it. And then didn't the guy kill himself too, or something? Like the soldiers walk by, and then you see the soldiers, and you just hear the shot in the background.
Yeah, well, fuck, dude. That's probably what I would do, dude, if that happened. If I just killed everybody, not realizing if I waited fucking 30 seconds, everything clears up.
Everybody like that, though. That's just too.
I would have a hard time doing it. But if I had done it, I would definitely fucking off myself, even though I saw the people clearing it out.
I think I'd keep going.
Really?
I think I could handle it. I think if I honestly thought it was the right answer at the time, I think I would be racked with guilt for a while, but I think I eventually would be okay.
Yeah, I honestly, like you said, I couldn't imagine actually doing it. Like, I think I would pretty much go until I couldn't go anymore. Like, they kind of gave up. They really gave up. Fighting. Yeah. I can't imagine myself saying, hey, let's just kill ourselves instead of trying. Yeah, I can't imagine doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, Dreamcatcher was awful. Holy shit! That movie angered me.
Dreamcatcher. Yeah. That was the one with the fucking aliens, right?
Yes, dude.
And the memory palace and shit.
Yeah, it was so dumb, dude.
It was so silly. That was a great one.
Yeah, I hated that movie.
Like, I think I'm sick, and then he like shits an alien into the toilet and dies.
yeah, dude.
It was Jason berries. Shit like that.
Yeah, that movie annoyed me. Cat's Eye. I like the Cat's Eye, dude. That was a good movie.
Yeah,
remember Cat's Eye? That's the one that had. Yeah. Oh, The Green Mile. He did The Green Mile. Holy shit. Yeah.
The dude.
The Running Man.
Prolific. He's prolific, and he has some great stuff out there. I just thought that one thing was really funny. Just like, I don't know if you're the guy to make that call, buddy. Creepshow 2, Firestarter. The original Creepshow. Firestarter. Oh, I love Firestarter.
Right. Yep. Stand By Me. Shawshank Redemption? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Holy shit. I love that movie, dude.
Stephen King is one of the few people that writes truly original, interesting stories.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that a lot of them end up as movies because people don't fucking... In Hollywood, there's no real original shit. You know, look how many remakes they're making.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally just going through the fucking 70s and 80s and being like, well, let's just remake all these movies from the 70s and 80s. I guess we could go into the 90s too, man.
Yeah, they're not waiting long nowadays to remake movies, are they?
Why are they?
It used to be like at least 40 or 50 years.
You know, there's thousands of people writing scripts that fucking submit them to fucking Hollywood all the time. Read some of those and fucking make some of those into movies.
Yeah, well, they're playing it safe. There's as much money as they put into movies nowadays, huh?
That's not how you make good movies.
Yeah, I know. They don't really care. They care about making money. They don't care whether the movie's good or not. They want to make money, dude. Yeah. That's why they play it safe by remaking something that was already successful, dude.
Well, that's why Netflix is blowing everyone away as far as numbers go.
Yeah, they're actually putting out good original content, dude.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Dude, Jessica Jones. Did you watch the Jessica Jones series?
Oh, I loved it. Jessica Jones is one of the few comic series that Netflix has done that I really got into.
Yeah, dude, David Tennant does a perfect job of playing a fucking what it would be like if a fucking psychopath had fucking telepathic powers, dude. He fucking nails it. Although, David Tennant's just fucking amazing.
They really changed it from the the comic book because the guy was actually pink, like violent fucking Crayola pink colored. I think it was, or he was either that or Red, Mr. Red or Mr. Pink or something like that.
Right.
And there was a bunch of other stuff going on with him besides just that was kind of interesting. And I kind of wish they included some of that from the comic, but they did a really good job. And with David Tennant chewing up the scenery, you certainly couldn't beat that.
Yeah, it was good shit. Yeah, I never read any of the comics for some reason.
Well, I didn't either. I just read the wiki on the comic, and the stuff that was going on with that character was really fascinating. And I think could have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah,
because there was more than just the mind control.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
But it's like Luke Cage is kind of bogged down in the middle. Daredevil bogged down in the middle. And then I thought Iron Fist was really good.
I haven't watched that yet, dude. I gotta fucking watch that.
It wasn't all about the action. They really got into making it a really interesting story where they really, really filled out the characters and made the characters all like it was all about character-driven story. So if you're not into that, it probably wouldn't be your thing.
Yeah, no, I love that shit, dude. I fucking love that. But it's one of the things I like about The Walking Dead is that the characters actually progress as people and change and fucking, grow or regress or whatever the fuck they do.
I really
they actually seem to be affected by it.
If I wasn't so zombied out, I could have gotten into that. And I feel like in 10 years, I'll go back and watch it. I'd be like, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't get into it till season 4, but just because I'm kind of contrarian like that, and I'm like, what? It's really popular, then well, it probably sucks then. That's kind of my attitude about most things. But like my son watched it, so I got into it because of him, and then I ended up going back and watching all the original
that's
first
how I
few
feel
seasons.
About what's that meth show? The show about meth.
About Breaking Bad.
That's how I feel about that. I'm like, everybody likes it. I don't want to watch it.
I haven't seen that show either, dude. Yeah, same shit.
It was too graphic. I watched the first episode, and there was just too much blood. And I was just like, you know what? You guys are just gross. It's not like it bothers me. It's just like you're not really telling a story. You're just making
just being gory and violent, basically.
Scenes,
just doing it just to do it, basically.
Yeah, they fucking melt a guy in a bathtub, but then the acid eats through the bathtub, so the whole fucking gooey mess falls onto the floor down below. And I'm like, look, it's obvious what you're getting your viewership from. It's not from a great story. It's just from this fucking gory bullshit.
Gratuitous violence.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, great if that's what you're doing, but I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I've never. I don't think I've watched any episodes ever, actually. And plenty of people have been like, "You gotta watch it." I'm like, I really don't.
Sometimes I get a thing where I'm like, man, I gotta at least check it out once. I read a couple of the Twilight books.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, if you thought the movies were bad, the book is fucking awful. But if you've ever read a romance novel, you'd understand why the main character was such a blank, just dumb, wooden nonsense character. So I think it's funny that what's her name got a lot of flack for playing what's her name? The actress in Twilight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, Kristen Stewart got such a reputation for being wooden. It was like, but that's what your character in a romance is supposed to be.
Mm.
It's so that the ladies can put themselves in that place.
Right.
You don't
So they
want
can
that
see
character
themselves
to
as the character. Yeah, if you get too much development, they'll be like, oh, that's nothing like me. But if it's kind of a blank slate, they'll be like,
well, if this dumb bitch can get him, then I can totally be this dumb bitch.
oh,
I'd be way
man.
cooler. Edward would love me. Or they can just sort of put themselves over the character in its place. It's very common.
Right. Yeah, good tactic.
Well, there's
Yeah, but the acting was so awful in that, and apparently that was the director fucking telling him to speak fucking stiltedly and fucking.
Well, let me tell you,
spit it out like you're gonna have. Oh,
they played those movies exactly like those books read.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if
I just thought it was hilarious how I'm like, why are they fucking spitting out their lines like they have to get them out in 2 seconds and then pausing and then sighing constantly, like through the whole fucking movies, dude.
That is exactly how those books read.
Wow.
Those movies were almost exactly like the books. There was very little messed up, very little like that wasn't in the books and the movies.
Yeah, I really tried to get into it because fucking my ex was way into it, and fucking kids were way into it, and I just could not, dude. I'm like, this is fucking awful, dude.
Yeah.
And then trying to tell me, like, oh, no, this one scene, she does a great job. And she plays a scene, and I'm like, really? You think that's good acting? Like, that's fucking horrible.
No, the acting was awful, but I think, like, to be fair, they really played the movies exactly like the books are.
Yeah. No, like I said, apparently the director told them to fucking do that shit, so it's not really all their fault, dude. But I could not. Like, I really... my life would have been a lot easier back then if I could have just gotten into those things, and I just couldn't, dude.
No, I can't blame you. They were. I kind of wish I hadn't, but I read the first 2 books, and I got partially into the third, and I finally was just done because essentially it was like the same story over and over with just slight differences. Like there was never any character progression. The characters were as dumb when they finished as they were when they started.
Right. Yeah. Pretty ridiculous, man.
Oh, what was it? Do you know how that whole series ended? Did you watch the final movie?
No.
Fucking, this is great. So there was this whole thing about where like the bad guy vampires wanted to kill all the good guy vampires because Bella had this ability to block vampire powers, and Edward wouldn't make her into a vampire. And then Edward made her into a vampire, and the bad guy vampires wanted to take her and make her like do stuff for them, like work for them or something. I don't fucking hold her hostage or something.
Right.
I don't know. But like, so they were gonna fight, right? And they all lined up to fight, and then fucking it shows this big crazy fucking vampire fight where like a bunch of people die and the good vampires win, and finally the bad vampires die. But then it fucking skips back. Like it suddenly cuts back to both of the sides standing off. And it's just like some vampire with psychic abilities projecting the other vampire to see the future, what was going to happen into the mind of the lead bad vampire. And he's like, well, we'll meet again, and maybe it won't go your way.
Jesus.
So they don't
That's fucking horrible.
It's the worst.
That is the worst. That's as bad as it was all a dream.
It was just that's how that whole series ended, and everybody loved it. And you're just like, how can you be so happy? That's the dumbest end ever.
That is hacky bullshit, dude. Well, again, if you're a fan of those movies to begin with, you know what I mean. Like, you're probably not much of a deep thinker to begin with. So that probably is a perfect ending for them. Yeah, it happened, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, everybody gets to live on and no real...
Yeah.
And then there was a little bit of tension, like, are they going to fight? What's going to happen? No, the good vampires would have won, so the bad vampires ran away.
Jesus. That is fucking awful. I want something bad to happen to them. Everyone involved in it. Whoever's responsible for that ending. want bad things to happen to you.
Okay.
What else?
So Netflix has a series called Big Mouth coming out that features a middle schooler's vagina talking like it's a cartoon.
Oh shit! Where did I see this at earlier?
That's
okay.
not really cool.
Yeah, that's fucking disturbing. Somebody was, dude? I know I was watching something on this earlier.
I don't know who talked to.
Somebody's
Somebody's
probably
probably
about how it's really fucking creepy and like a little disturbing. That, yeah.
I don't like make what you want. It's up to you. I'm not gonna. But I'm gonna say that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
really not cool.
It was really bugging me now that I can't remember. I just watched it like within a few hours, dude. I can't remember where the fuck I saw it. But yeah, they were like, okay, so you'll allow this shit. This is what somebody said when the thing I was watching. They're like, okay, you'll allow this, but you can't play the fucking Red Pill movie by Cassie J.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting real sick of that bullshit where it's like, oh, it's hate films. No, it's just conservative. It's just conservative stuff. Like, it's not, there's nothing racist or hateful about any of it.
Yeah. It just differs from your fucking bullshit narratives, dude.
It's just people, they don't agree with your point of view on how to make the world better. Let's be honest, this is what everybody's trying to do. They all want to make the world better. But there's some people that think it needs to be done one way and some people that thinks it needs to be done another way. But they're all fucking going for the same goal. Nobody's trying to fuck anyone over.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
there's
a good chunk of those people that just want to fucking tell people what to do.
The fringe groups, like the crazy racists and the crazy SJWs. But I'm just talking about just the general majority of people. They all just want to make the world better. It's not like anybody wants to destroy the world. Like the average lefty and the average righty both really think like, hey, we want the world to be a better place for everyone. They just have a different opinion of how to make that happen.
Right.
And so there's no reason to sit there and say that one side or the other is just full of hate and evil.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say, like, here's this fringe group that's crazy and violent, and they're full of hate and evil. But it has nothing to do with, like, just the left and the right in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what kind of get bogged down is those loud-ass motherfuckers get a disproportionate amount of fucking press and coverage and shit.
Yeah, they take over
the conversation. You start to think that everybody on the left or everybody on the right is fucking just like these assholes.
I mean, it's like those douchebags fucking in Charlottesville. Like, yeah, I get that, there was Antifa and stuff too, but I'm not a fan of those people representing the right.
Yeah, exactly.
Conservative isn't a Nazi fucking chanting blood and soil fucking
right.
Fucking
that's the fucked up. That's the fucked up shit. That like, look, just because we think they have the right to fucking free speech does not mean we support their fucking message. Yeah,
you got to defend the worst of the worst, or else the rights mean nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't think Engelhardt gets like he was laughing at me talking about like the store searching people, but that's fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it really is, because you let go a little bit of your rights here, a little bit of your rights there, and laugh it off because it's no big deal, man. And then suddenly you don't fucking have rights.
Yeah, that's the thing. They work up to it. They'll do it again, like you said, in increments, dude. Yeah, they're not just going to go to, hey, suddenly you can't say anything that's not pre-approved. Like they fucking, they work up to that, dude.
Well, and then giving corporations the right to enforce things that even the police can't. Like the corporation that runs that store can decide that they get to search your bags before you walk out their fucking door.
Wow.
Like I get that people think that's no big deal, but that's a big fucking deal because the cops can't even fucking do that.
That is the slipperiest of slopes.
And then not only that, but they search their employees on a regular basis at a lot of these stores.
Wow.
The employees gotta submit to a search before they leave, or they can't work there. And I don't think that should be legal either, because literally, like, the cops can't fucking do that.
Yeah, that is
cops
insane.
Can't come in and be like, "Well, you work at Target, so I'm gonna have to search you before you get to leave."
Yeah, that's insane. Dude.
Well, nothing, but you work at Target, so I guess it's okay. I'm like, that shouldn't be legal.
Yeah,
that is a travesty and a fucking shit. It's shitting on the Constitution.
Yeah.
You know? Because your rights don't just end because it's not the government doing it. Your rights and their rights, they don't get to take away your rights either just because they're private citizens.
Yeah.
That's
It's
not
ridiculous.
how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. Even if you're when you sign on, you agree to it. It's something that should not be it's just not constitutional. So agreeing to it doesn't fucking make it, be allowed.
Well, and your rights shouldn't supersede mine, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Your right to speak shouldn't mean that I'm not allowed to speak, and my right to speak shouldn't mean that you're not allowed to speak.
Yeah.
That's we both have the right to talk. We just don't have the right to treat each other like shit and take away each other's rights.
Yeah.
So why should a corporation get that choice?
Well, corporations basically run shit. I mean, they have essentially all the politicians in their pocket. Well, besides Trump. That's why Trump was so successful.
And that's why Trump's having so much trouble. A lot of the stuff he wants to push through is really anti-corporate, anti-globalism. And he's getting real fucked because everybody's paid by the corporations.
Yeah. And that's how I view all this shit, like this fucking identity politics or any of the shit that people are actually fighting about. I think is something introduced as a distraction from the fact that corporations are essentially running the government, dude.
Well, what was it?
Really do.
The whole thing with Trump and Russia going on was basically a cover so that they could pass the law that allows the transportation department to just start searching houses without warrants anywhere near like metro stations in I want to say, what was it? New York, DC, and there was one other state. I can't remember which one it is now. But essentially just taking away people's Fourth Amendment rights if they live near a metro station in these 3 states.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
That's totally unconstitutional and needs to get shot down. Hopefully it gets challenged. Unfortunately, you need somebody to have their rights violated in order to challenge it.
Right. So you need somebody that's got the fucking time and money to fucking go through the process.
Yeah, on top of that, you need that as well. But you and I can't go and challenge that law, even though it's blatantly in defiance of the rights of the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Since it doesn't
it's got to be somebody that's
challenge it.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody that's actually affected by it. Yeah.
It's like when all these states started making, or cities and states started making laws against sleeping in your car.
Wow. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand how you can possibly legislate that, dude. Shouldn't be able to. It's
unconstitutional. It's been any place it's been challenged, it's been ruled unconstitutional.
Yeah.
They don't get to tell you where you are and aren't allowed to sleep. If you own a car, you can sleep in your car. And the judge himself, in the first one that got challenged, was like, "Wait, you expect him to fucking sleep on the sidewalk? What the fuck is wrong with you? You don't get to fucking dictate that. That's not up to you. That's not your decision to make. How dare you?"
Yeah, it really is amazing that actually made it in, that got to be in effect at all.
Well, because we want those dirty fucking homeless people sleeping in their cars in our pretty fucking streets. It was in San Jose or some shit, or LA. Somewhere in Orange County, I think. Definitely Southern California. But yeah, no, it was charged. It was challenged on facial grounds, which is what you call a challenge to the constitutionality of a law. You charge it as a facial challenge, or facial. I can't remember how it's pronounced, but it's spelled like facial.
Gotcha.
But that's what you do, is you challenge on facial grounds, which is essentially you're saying on the face of it, there are no circumstances under which the law does not violate Constitution.
Yeah, constitutional rights. Yeah.
So it cannot. I cannot be punished or held accountable because the law in and of itself is not valid.
Right. Yeah, it's really amazing that they would even.
Yeah, and it still stands in a lot of places. And then unfortunately, they figured out a workaround. So for people that are sleeping in vans or RVs, they basically said well, then you can't park a vehicle longer than 10 feet or 12 feet for more than 24 hours or something like that.
Wow.
So essentially people can't park.
Dude. Huh? They're fucking assholes, man. What's their fucking problem with that?
Well, then here's my thing. You know what would make more sense? find areas where it's not going to really affect people on a regular basis, and make those areas where it's fine to park your RVs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then make it not okay to park in the rest areas. Make it so that you're like, oh, so if you want to like sleep in your van, you got to go sleep off in this like industrial area. No big deal.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, because that way, you can't do a blanket. This whole city is not allowed to do this. Like, yeah, if you're gonna do that, set aside a park or whatever the fuck, even just a fucking parking lot, man. Set something aside for it, dude.
Well, it's one of the few things I like Walmart for. Is Walmart will generally most Walmarts will let people sleep in their parking lot. They'll let you camp your RV there for like 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
And usually it's just like one, but some of them will let you go for like 2 or 3. Just depends on where. You have to look it up online. Don't just park at any parking lot, any Walmart.
Right.
But there is a fair point.
I learned that from Memory Holiday.
Yeah.
She did a whole lot of that back in the day.
Oh, I got that because I watch a lot of van life stuff. People that like choose to live in their vans and just travel around.
Yeah.
Like they'll take work when they can find it and make a bunch of money and just not spend any. Because they're not paying rent, they're not paying utilities. All they're paying is gas for the van and food.
Yeah,
so
that's really appealing.
And then just fucking travel to all these like great national parks and public land areas where they can go camping essentially for weeks at a time for like
really
$20. You know?
Yeah. No, that's really appealing to me too.
Something like 21 days. Usually it's like somewhere between $10 and $20, and you can camp in the area for like up to 21 days, and then you have to travel 50 miles before you can do it again. So I mean, you can spend months and months and months in a lot of these areas just traveling. A short hour between. Every 3 weeks you just travel for like an hour, and you can go camp out again, and it's all you're paying is your food. Food and water.
Yeah,
and occasionally paying to have like waste dumped. But in a lot of these areas, as long as you dig the hole deep enough, you can just, it's not going to be
buried anywhere. Just make sure you have a good shovel. It'll be all right.
Well,
I kind of, I'm really considering doing something like that when, once my kids, grown up.
It's not a bad idea, and you can get internet through like phones and stuff like that. That's pretty reliable. I mean, it's not, top of the line because you're out in the fucking boonies, but.
Right.
It's not terrible.
Plus, anywhere you're going, like even fucking campsites now. A lot of campsites are getting Wi-Fi now, dude. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of in your area. Oh, pardon for a sec. Oh, sorry about that, listeners. It's that apple, fucking sparkling apple juice that gets me every time.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of tribal lands in Arizona and New Mexico where they'll let you camp year round for like $150.
Yeah.
But if you want like a campsite with like electricity and internet, it's like $200 for a year. Or like $200 for 6 months or something like that. It's really not that much. Hell, there's some areas that are like BLM, tribal lands, whatever, where they'll even let you build like a small shed as long as it doesn't exceed like 100 square feet or something like that.
Right.
And you pay your yearly fee of like $200 or something like that, or 150, and it's like you can build a little shed and just live in the shed.
Yeah.
And 100 square feet isn't a lot, but that's enough to put in, a toilet, a bed, and like a little kitchenette, and maybe like a desk.
Yeah, it's amazing how much shit you can squeeze into a small area like that.
Especially if you make it like a loft bed. Because the bed is really the biggest thing. If you just put that as like there's like a bed up on like a almost like half a, 7 feet high, there's like a bed. And it's just enough room between the bed and the ceiling for you to sleep up there. And then you just have like a little place to sit underneath with like a desk, and then like a place to do dishes and take a shit and take a shower.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that much.
I've considered doing that, pretty regularly throughout my life. Like you said, before I had my kid, I was really, really close to buying an RV and just fucking. But yeah, even an RV is a little much, dude. Like,
well, I'd love to do like, as much as I joke about the cult part, I'd love to do like a compound. of just people that are just chill, like
Right.
just people who aren't assholes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't agree with a lot of stuff like Jeff Holiday talks about, but you know, somebody like Jeff would definitely be welcome, or you know, I mean, like
Yeah. Jeff and Memory are fucking. They would be
sure.
people that'd be cool to hang out with, dude.
But just I mean, people who just aren't douchebags. Like, who cares what they, you know, their personal opinion is? Everybody just lives on the compound, works together, and fucking almost like
people that are generally going to be okay with you not agreeing with them all the time.
Yeah, well,
you know?
like a hippie commune, but without the hippy dippy bullshit. There's no spiritualism. It's just people that are cool.
Yeah, just people that generally get along with other people.
Because you can do that on a small level. You know, on a really like communism works if you've got like 20 people and that's all there is.
Right.
Because it's really easy to be like, hey, you asshole, you're not fucking pulling your weight.
Yeah.
Oh, Failure's doing a stream. God damn, we're going up against Failure stream. No wonder we have so little followers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Usually we get like 4. Now we only got 1.
Oh shit! Snake Trigger's back. It's illegal to live off the grid in most places. Really?
It is illegal to live off of the grid. It's illegal to build off the grid. Stench ever. You can live off the grid, but you have to like fucking. You don't get to build a house. You have to like sleep on the ground. Like you can't do like an RV. So there's like all these weird things. I think the best way to get away with it is to build a vacation cabin in 2 different places, because you're only allowed to stay in your vacation cabin for a certain amount of time if it's off the grid. So like you'd have to build a bunch of different cabins on a bunch of different properties, so you're never staying at any one of them for too long. But I mean, he's essentially right. It's also illegal to build under like 400 square feet, a house or an apartment that's under 400 square feet in a lot of places too.
Yeah, that's weird, dude. Yeah, I don't understand why that matters, dude. Other than people, corporations probably can't make money building anything smaller than that.
Or like if you turn your electricity off, he has a good point there. He would get evicted from his apartment if his electricity was turned off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ridiculous because you might not want electricity. Who knows? Maybe you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd still have hot running water and fucking sewage and trash. You know, you could cook even without electricity. A lot of places have gas ovens, gas heating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you're blind. Maybe you don't need electric lights. Fuck electric lights. You can't see.
Yeah, it's pretty worthless at that point.
You could throw a couple solar panels out and just charge you whatever like thing you listen to music with, and you're good.
Yeah, actually, I knew quite. When I worked up in Flagstaff, there was a bunch of people that lived like to the east of Flagstaff that were kind of like that, where they're like, "Well, we charge our cell phones, and that's about it."
Yeah,
like at night.
I don't ever watch TV like unless somebody else is watching it in my house, and I just catch it for a few minutes. I might watch for 5 minutes, but you know, I don't need TV, and a laptop certainly doesn't need electricity. I could get a couple of, little 100-watt solar system with a little car battery to hold the power, and I could run my computer as long as I want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it definitely sounds appealing, man. Just to be able to do the travel, man. Just be able to go around and see shit. Like, I want to make it up into the fucking Beartooth Mountains and fucking, there's a lot of places basically that I'd like to fucking see.
We'll have to,
and fucking experience for an extended period of time, dude.
We'll have to collect all our viewers and get like a big old RV, and then we'll all just do like a Untitled Studios with like all the viewers and all the people who are in Untitled Studios. Just do a whole fucking RV trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For the next 10 years.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
A lot of people retire that way too. They're I guess they call them snowbirds, where they'll go live in the desert in the winter, and in the summer they'll go up north and just travel around to like national parks and RV parks and check out stuff.
Yeah,
it's a job. So why keep a house when you could just fucking sell your house, buy an RV, and have tons of money to travel with?
Yeah. The Beartooth Highway, that's what I was thinking of. Goes through Montana and Wyoming. Is apparently like the most beautiful fucking stretch of highway anywhere.
Yeah, there's a ton of it. There's a ton of places like that, though. I mean, there's You know, I mean, there's places even in my area where you go hiking and it's just gorgeous. And it'd be much nicer to just spend your days going out hiking in areas like that than fucking, hanging out in the city, hanging out in the house.
Yeah, or like here, like the Sedona area is fucking beautiful. Oak Creek Canyon, which is just north of Sedona, is beautiful.
Yeah.
Oak Creek Canyon reminds me of back east. It's fucking weird that it's only like an hour and a half away from Phoenix, but yeah, fucking beautiful, dude.
It's phenomenal how many places are like that, and humans really weren't meant to live in little boxes, essentially.
Right.
You got to get out. You got to see the sky once in a while. It makes a big difference in people's moods, how angry they are, how much depression and shit.
Yeah.
I know
back to basics, people.
Well, I know when I just get out and walk a little bit every day, just getting out that much makes a big difference in my anxiety.
Yeah, it is amazing just how much just moving around can fucking help your state of mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, what was it? Doing both aerobic exercise and lifting weights contributes mightily to preventing your brain from deteriorating somehow.
It's the blood flow.
Yeah.
You get your blood flowing a little better, clears things out, keeps toxins from building up. As much as I
understood
hate that
the aerobic part.
Bullshit.
I guess I was surprised that like lifting weights did too. Like, and I guess that's the part I found surprising, dude.
Well, it feels good. I don't know if you've ever lifted weights for any length of time, but you start to feel really good.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with the endorphin.
No, I'm not talking about the endorphin. You start feeling better about yourself, even if you're not like in like muscle man shape. You're like, oh, I'm fucking, I feel strong. I can do stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. When I was younger, I was in really good shape, dude. I worked out a lot and lifted a lot of weights. Yeah, it really wasn't until I started having the back trouble in like my mid-20s or late 20s when I started getting all fat and out of shape.
Well, that's what I'm
so I would constantly play I would lift weights. I played basketball 4 or 5 times a week. Like, yeah, I was really active, and then it got to the point where, if I played basketball, I fucking walk funny for like 4 or 5 days because my back was so fucked up that I had to give that shit up.
Well, and that's what I'm working with my doctor now, and I'm trying to get like actual treatment for like the back pain and the knee pain so that I can do the working out to get in shape to stop exacerbating it and get, be doing stuff and being healthier.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten any of the epidural injections or any of that kind of shit?
No, they don't believe. I don't think they believe me. I think they think I'm just looking for drugs.
For an epidural? Epidural's not drugs.
No,
it's not getting you high.
Anything I say now is written off as either anxiety or they can't give me narcotics, which I've never asked for.
Wow.
They just dismiss me every time. I'm getting real fucking tired of it. I'm actually considering getting a lawyer.
Right.
Because it's like,
how the fuck did this happen, dude? This is ridiculous.
But it's genuinely like my lower back hurts so much that I have trouble standing up for long periods of time.
Right.
Like I went to Costco. I went to Costco like 2 days ago.
I think it's the state you live in, dude.
Well, it was like 2
days
shit
happens here.
Oh, it took me down for like the rest of that day. I went to Costco and like the rest of that day, I really couldn't get up and do anything. And then today, the day after that, today I really couldn't get out and do much anything.
Wow. Yeah.
I barely made it through the grocery shopping, and that was just picking up like 3 or 4 things.
Yeah. No, I'm the same. Like I'll go camping, and I don't really do a huge amount, but I know it's more than I should be doing. But yeah, it takes me like 3 or 4 days to recover generally from when I go camping and shit.
Yeah, I gotta clear out some space in my room and start doing like the more sit-ups and crunches, strengthening my abs because those hold your back a little steadier.
Yeah, like it's always my lower abdominals that are fucking horrible, dude. Like my upper abdominals are okay, but my lower abdominals, like they might not even be there anymore. At this point, they might have
those are one of the things where you lay down on your back and you lift your legs up and extend them out and pull them back in and lift them out. Because that's usually what works the lower ab muscles.
Yeah, I really got to start doing that, man.
Because like the crunches, usually crunches and sit-ups work like your upper and mid abs, but you're really your lower abs. You really have to do that thing. You have to do something where you're supporting your leg weight. And they're hard to target.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a really, the abdominal muscles is, in my experience, are the hardest ones to fucking get going, man, and stay in shape.
Yeah.
Anything else like chest, arms, even back, like that stuff's relatively easy. But man, fucking keeping your abdominals in shape is really tough.
Well, they're the only muscle group you can work out every day without any real damage.
Right.
Like you have to take a day off every couple of days if you're working like arms and legs and back muscles. You're really not supposed to work out like lift weight workout every day. But the abs, you can literally do abs every single day, and they won't ever get screwed up from it. You can't overwork
them. Yeah, I got to start doing something with it because it's only going to make my back better too. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm getting out and walking again. That's a good thing. Getting out and walking for like a half hour, sure. But you can only do that so many days.
Yeah, and I've been going to the gym. Yeah, I've been going to the gym, so that helps too. But yeah, just anything to get moving, man, is going to be good for you.
Get that blood going.
Indeed. Although I got sick, I was sick all fucking week, and I haven't been to the gym like 5 days now, 6 days.
Well, you're not supposed to go. So, I mean, that's the right choice because you can really fuck yourself up working out when you're sick.
Yeah, but it fucking lingers. Like I'm like, okay, it's the third day, I'm feeling better, but then I'm like coughing up the fucking nasty phlegm, and I'm like, okay, obviously I'm not completely better.
So and then also that endorphin rush, that's when it can really fuck you up. Because you're sick, and then you start working out, and you get those endorphins, and so you're like, I don't feel sick anymore. I can go forever.
Right.
And then you're
it fucking masks your sick symptoms.
Yeah, and then the next day you're like, oh, I feel like somebody fucking just stabbed me with 1,000,000 toothpicks.
Right. My fucking lungs are burning.
Yeah.
Coughing up this nasty shit.
It's like suddenly my immune system was like not working because I wasted all that energy on working out, and my immune system didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Oh man! So my quest to become a weeaboo is in progress.
Nice.
And I watched this show called Kaijo or something.
Kaijo
or Kaijo. I just watched it and I can't remember how to pronounce it, but it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It was all about these girls who were trying to become Kaijo players, and Kaijo is you get in a pool on like a little floaty thing in the middle, like a little floating platform, and then they try to force each other off with either their boobs or their butts, but no hands or arms or legs or feet or anything.
Wow.
So it was just like fan service of like anime characters. You know, like I don't know if you've ever watched any like anime.
Not much, dude.
Weird sort of like they'll call out like an attack, and then I'm going to do this attack and super attack, but it was all butt based. So it was like some chick could yell butt cannon and then like fly across the fucking platform through some sort of special technique and hit the other girl with her butt at like sonic speed or something.
Wow.
Some chick got her nipples hard and then flipped somebody like a judo flip with her nipple, catching their fucking swimsuit top.
Wow, dude.
The most absurd thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so dumb and so funny.
I don't know. I liked, like I said, Princess Mononoke, Ninja Scroll, which I think you finally looked up what the fuck I was talking about on that one.
Ninja Scroll.
Fucking Akira, I remember being pretty good.
Yeah, I think I've seen Akira a long time
ago. Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop is something you might like.
Yeah, I see that all the time, and I never fucking watch it. What about Attack on Titan? Is that any good?
Attack on Titan? I've never watched that. That's the one with the giants that eat people, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, I think it's people turn into these fucking titans somehow and start eating people. Yeah, something
Well, I
weird
think
like
at
that.
first you don't know that. I think that comes out later on in the seasons or something. And obviously, who gives a shit? It's been out for forever now. So,
Right.
but I think that in the beginning, it's just talks about like the Titans eat people, and then eventually you find out that people will die and become the Titans or
Yeah,
something
some
about
weird
being
shit like
eaten
that.
turns them into it, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my son was getting into it. He was mentioning it the other day. I was like, all right, yeah,
It
we know
seems
how it goes.
interesting, but really, really bloody.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was really
know.
weird because I've seen parts of it where they're fucking, yeah, they're titans shoving people into their fucking mouth and just crunching them, dude.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
I can watch them cutting up bodies and stuff. Like it doesn't bother me. Like if they're doing like an autopsy, I could do an autopsy on a person.
right.
That'd be fine. Um, but I just don't really. It's not enjoyable when it's all about the gore. So I'm kind of leery of that just because I'm like, is it just about the gore, or is there a real story
Right.
there? Well, I don't know. I've heard a
Yeah,
lot
it's
of
like
good
is it
things.
just fucking violence for violence sake, and it's
Yeah,
really pointless. Yeah.
and it works if it's really over the top and sort of comical, like in oh, what's his name? Now I can't think of his fucking name. 2 seconds ago it was in my fucking head. Quentin Tarantino. Like some of his
Oh,
movies where it's so over the top and goofy, and they're making fun of it as much as they're doing
yeah.
violence for violence sake. It's like a mockery of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the scene in when he goes after what's her name? Orenishi. Am I saying that name right? Japanese
I don't
chick
know.
when she fights the 99 or whatever.
Oh yeah. And Kill Bill Volume
Yeah.
Two, I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, I believe so. I always forget which one's which, dude, but yeah, that scene's
But I think
just
when she
nuts.
finally starts going after people, that's Volume Two. Volume One is just her like
It's more
escaping
mostly
into
the
the second
story.
shape and then keeping
Yeah.
herself alive while she's recovering.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one is the one where she's finally like, I'm gonna just take everyone out.
Right. It's all action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fucking
Yeah.
Bill turns out to be fucking David Carradine of all people. It's such a letdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I love David
Right. Right.
Carradine. Just they could have made a better character for Bill, in my opinion. Better actor
Right.
for that. I would have even rather have been like freaking Morgan Freeman.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been the shit. And then all of
Right.
his moves involve like all of his martial arts are just him talking. Like it's all about his voice. No, but
Just
yeah,
him
like that shit
narrating.
is
He's narrating his moves, dude. That's a special power.
that's what makes him powerful. That'd be great.
Right.
But you're talking about the Asian girl with like the ball on a chain thing, where she like cuts the top of
Well,
her head
just
off
the
or
whole
some
scene
shit.
leading up to that, and no, when she's fucking slicing up all the dudes coming in from everywhere.
Oh yeah. That is
You know,
that
like
is
that
crazy.
when the fucking lawyer chick, he cuts her fucking arm off or whatever, and fucking leaves her sitting there.
Well, I
The
love
whole
it
fucking
because it's real. Like that is what would really happen if you went and cut a bunch of people up. Is you would just have blood fucking
yeah,
everywhere. You could slip it in cuts.
right.
Like that as over the top and silly as it is,
Mm.
that would be fucking what would really happen if you just cut 99 people up in a fucking fight. Oh, Englehart is in the
Yeah.
chat. Dude, where you at, sucker? Why are you in this, Englehart? I think he's in Southern California competing or some shit. So
Right.
we
He's
won't
in the
give him
middle
any
of a
slack.
dance marathon.
We won't give him any slack. No. There's no excuses.
Right.
This should take.
No slack for you.
Yeah, this channel should be everything, man.
You complete us, Engelhardt. You complete us.
Oh yeah, Englehart. I left you a message on Skype. You should check that shit out, bro. Oh man, we still haven't gotten around to filming that the frozen dinner reviews.
Oh.
That's coming eventually, but we're not there yet.
All right. Stay focused, guys. Stay focused. That has to
I was
happen.
telling him, I'm like, if we can set aside, because I know he's a busy dude, but if we can set aside a point where we have like 3 or 4 hours, we could probably do like 4 or 5 episodes at once.
Yeah, in one shot. Yeah.
At least 3 the first time, just because we gotta film like intros and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
and then we don't have to do it. We don't have to try and do it every week. We can just do it every couple of weeks or like once a month or something, and just pack a bunch in.
Yeah, let's see if we can cause some strife between him and his girlfriend, so like he starts hating her, like everyone else hates their girlfriend. And then,
well, I think his girlfriend lives. I believe they're long distance right now because she's in college and he's.
That helps.
Blood In, Blood Out, Englehart. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
The one about that guy who goes to prison and shit. And,
yeah, the half white, half Mexican dude.
Yeah, that's a weird fucking movie. There's a lot of weird rapey shit that I remember, but I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they fucking wait. Isn't that the one where they bend him over the fucking like sacks of rice and fucking rape his ass?
I think so. And then he rapes his girlfriend, sort of. Like, he doesn't really rape her, but he just gets real crazy, like, over the top, like, aggressive, having sex with his girlfriend when he's finally out of prison. He just starts banging her, like, fucking her up the ass because that's what he's used to in prison.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy. Or that, oh, yeah, because I think that's the same movie where they're in the juvie and the fucking dude gets raped, right?
I think so, probably.
Yeah.
They got real graphic and real realistic about a lot of the shit that happens in prison.
Right.
I mean, it was definitely a fictional movie, but a lot of people get raped in prison, man. It ain't really that funny in real life.
Yeah. Although I don't know, I talked to a dude that was spent quite a bit in prison, and well, maybe it's just he wasn't in a bad enough prison or something. But he was like, you know what, that stuff generally only happens if you want it to happen.
I think it depends on what crime you've committed. Like, I think if you're a child molester, all bets are off.
Yeah, but those people are generally in protective. They don't let them out into general population.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I know here they don't. Because I had a friend of mine that actually worked on the fucking that unit, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I couldn't believe. They're incredibly manipulative, which isn't surprising. You know, they'll try to find out everything about you and try to use that fucking knowledge to fuck with you or, you know, to manipulate you. And I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? You have kids. Like, I'd ask him, like, how the fuck do you do that? And he's like, oh, it's my fucking job. I just do it. He's like, if they start acting up, we start threatening to put them back in general population, and they stop acting up immediately.
Yeah, because they know they're dead if they go.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, like Jeffrey Dahmer somehow got put into Gen Pop.
Right.
He wasn't supposed to be, but it was a mistake, and he got beat to death in like a shower or something like that.
Yeah.
Englehart is gone again.
Right. Blood in, blood out. Is that what blood in, blood out meant?
I'm assuming because we're back down to 3, and I think it's William Stenjemmer who might still be here. I'm surprised
I'm watching
in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he was here last Sunday, wasn't he? He just wasn't here on Thursday. Or was he here on Thursday?
Maybe we were making too much fun of him and his lolicon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be tragic. Don't want to lose one of the core.
Our only original fan.
Right.
From the beginning of the channel. Yeah.
I was surprised he did. What's his name? The Noja guy came on and said Akinaro did some kind of work for him, right?
Well, Akinaro has been a big fan of the Lore Master Noja for a while, which is where.
Yeah, but no, I thought he said he did some kind of work, like technical work for him or some kind of.
Oh no, he was talking about just a bunch of different people that have done work for him that were a pain in the ass, not Akinaro specifically.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. He's trying to make a video game, and he has. He has just everything. He just needs like a few decent like people who know how to code and stuff who will actually do the work.
Oh, right.
To make it into like an actual playable, like sellable video game. Like he knows how to do all this stuff, but it's just doing it by yourself is really fucking hard to do.
Yeah, I bet, man. Holy shit. Yeah.
And so
that's fucking ambitious, dude. That's fucking cool as hell.
When he keeps running into people who are like, oh, you've done all the creative part already, but I want to come back and redo all the creative part and not do any of the actual work.
Oh, okay.
So
I want to put their own stamp on it.
Yeah, which is partially understandable. Like you want to have some sort of creative input, but that's not really. He's like paying him to do the work. It's not like he's asking for free.
Right.
And what he's offering them is something that if it does end up selling enough could actually, get them a toe in the doorway of that business.
Right.
So it's not like totally worthless.
Yeah.
Oh, Stenchover had no internet from Irma for almost a week. Damn, dude, that's really harsh.
Oh, shit. That's right. I forgot about that. You still watching your sister's cat in that?
Oh, that's right. You was watching his sister's pet, right?
Yeah. She evacuated, but he had to go watch her cat or something weird like that.
That's weird.
Yeah, it did seem unfair to me, but
did you cook and eat the pet? You could always claim you had to because of Hurricane Irma. Nobody did.
Right. I had to really survive.
That's a
watch a cat while you escape to safety.
I don't understand why you wouldn't evacuate. Fucking. So here's something I heard. So the looters who are looting like Florida and fucking Texas have figured out that if they have at least one person with a state ID from that state in the car, they don't even have to have it for everybody. They can get in to go loot the homes that people evacuated from.
Oh, wow.
And there's like a ton of them doing it.
Fucking evil motherfuckers, dude. I do not understand how your reaction to a fucking disaster like that is, how can we fucking rob people, dude?
Yeah, well, they're evacuated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. He got out. He says his ex-brother-in-law came for the cats and took him home before the storm. Good thing, William. I'm glad about it. Although it wouldn't be quite the same without you wishing ill on us.
Right.
Hey, that's what William does, man. He just hates everybody. It's awesome.
Yeah. It is an honor to be hated by the likes of you, sir. We appreciate it.
Hey, you gotta have respect, man. Dude's consistent. Nothing wrong with that. I can
respect anybody that hates most things, dude.
Huh?
I said I respect anybody who hates most things.
Yeah, pretty much, because they're probably right about most things.
Most things suck, so I'm right with you.
Oh man, god damn! I always have all these drinks lined up when I do these things.
Yeah, just drink some water. I was trying to calculate how much money it would take for me to blow my sobriety. Like if somebody offered me money, like would it be like 10,000? I'm like,
Oh, but you got a kid though, so I imagine that would be like a big part of why you probably wouldn't want to though.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why it popped into my head. That was just something set it off in me, dude. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, I think I was just imagining some kind of live stream where people were wanting me to drink. Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know why I fucking have that, but I was imagining being in a live stream where people wanted me to get drunk. And then I was like, I wonder how much it would take, like how much they would have to donate.
That does sound like the internet, though.
Right.
Well, you've been sober for 10 years. I'll pay you $100 to take a shot.
Right. Yeah, no, it would take a pretty ridiculous amount. Yeah, and it couldn't be pills. Like it would have to be alcohol or something that is not my main drug of choice, you know. It could not be any kind of opiates.
I mean, isn't that the tough thing though? When you do have like that issue with the addiction, is like the one sets off the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I really tried. My first go around was, as long as I don't take pills, I'll be all right. So I continued to drink and smoke pot and, you know, snort cocaine and, you know, all the other shit. And eventually it leads me back to the shit I really crave.
Yeah.
That's why I go on everything.
Just because I work with a lot of people who have addiction issues, because the mental health, a lot of people will like
self-medicate.
The main thing is self-medicating with methamphetamine.
Mm.
That's the primary choice. It's either methamphetamine, occasionally weed, but the vast majority is methamphetamine.
Wow.
And
that seems kind of counterproductive, like, because meth is fucking makes people so goddamn crazy. Like it doesn't seem like that would help people out.
It's not that it helps them; it's that they.
Oh, I gotcha. No, I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
I
was like saying that, and then I'm like, that's not what the fucking shit.
They know they're fucked up, and they know it's because of the meth now.
Yeah.
And I think it actually helps with some of the symptoms. I don't know, man. It's just. You also got to consider that a lot of the medications they take, one of the most common side effects of antipsychotics is being really tired.
Oh, right. Yeah, so, Thorazine and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for the clients where I work to spend, a good 2 or 3 hours napping throughout the day, sometimes maybe even like 4, plus sleeping at night all night.
Yeah, well, I remember taking the Seroquel and then hearing the amounts that people were taking it as an antipsychotic or whatever. I was like, how?
I've seen people take
100 milligrams. 100 milligrams had me pissing in the sink in the middle of the night, and these people are taking like 500 milligrams?
I've seen people take upwards of 800 to 1,000 over the course of a day.
Jesus Christ, dude, that's unbelievable to me. That stuff is so fucking overpowering, dude.
And not fucking phased.
Yeah.
We had a lady that took, I want to say like 500 milligrams of Seroquel. Fucking, it's not doxycycline. That's an antibacterial. Antibiotic, that's what I'm looking at. But there's this other psych med that starts with a D. And then also was taking a milligram of Rohypnol and some Ativan.
Wow.
And it barely kept her down for 4.5, 5 hours.
Jesus, dude.
And she would get up.
Is that just they're wired that way and it affects them differently, or is it just they're used to it?
It depends on the person. This particular person had a lot of trauma around sleep. So she would have awful nightmares. And there's only so much you could do to keep her asleep. And even then, it wasn't really like it was medically necessary, but it was kind of mean. You felt mean about it, even though it was like she needs to, or she's gonna fucking die eventually.
Right.
Like you can eventually die from lack of sleep. It's not very common.
Right.
It takes a really long time, but it will just wear your body out so much faster if you're not sleeping.
Yeah.
Especially like your heart and stuff. But and it didn't help that she was one of the most unpleasant people I've ever had to deal with.
Oh, really?
Yeesh. Oh yeah, she would. She's not helping for the program or any of the stuff. She wanted to just do whatever the fuck she felt like. They gave her like this nasty little dog. She had it was a service animal, and it was not at all trained, but it was just she found some fucking stray animal and just kept it, and so they got it labeled as a service animal through that fucking companion animal bullshit in California.
Oh, gotcha.
Where you don't have to have any training at all, and you can just be a service animal, and then you can take it into fucking grocery stores and shit, and it'll poop on the fucking food because it's not trained.
Wow. I'm sure it sounds like she would have fucking just loved that to death.
It would like sit and snap at people and try to bite people all the time. It was just this shitty little dog. And it was one of the tiny little dogs.
I'm guessing she didn't try to stop any of that.
No, she didn't care. She didn't give a fuck.
They probably encouraged it.
She's just an unpleasant woman. Don't get me wrong. I felt really bad for her, and I always treated her respectfully, and I never treated her poorly. I always treated her with 100% respect. But she's just a nasty person.
People like that do make it tough, but you also have to kind of understand, like, dude, they're fucking head.
She had all this shit that happened to her, man. I read her background. I'm like, I'm staying in the vaguest of terms, so I'm not violating any rules here. But she was just a nasty person. But it was because of what happened to her when she was a kid. So I mean, I didn't blame her terribly. I just didn't like dealing with her.
Yeah, you're right. Even knowing the story, it still doesn't.
Well, we eventually came to a compromise. So she was like, one of the things is in these programs, they're treated like little kids. They're not allowed to go out and anytime past like 9 p.m. and anytime before like 7 a.m. They weren't allowed to go outside. So if somebody woke up at like 1 in the morning and just wanted to have a smoke and then go back to bed, they couldn't do it. Yeah, so it was ridiculous. It was so fucking dumb.
Yeah, that's crazy. That would be infuriating, no matter how crazy you are.
If they were not assholes, I usually would just walk out and let them smoke.
Right.
I just walk out with them.
Make sure nothing happens. They don't take off on you.
Well, and the thing is, it's if they take off, they take off. There's not a lot we can't do.
Right.
I've never worked at a lock facility. I've never worked at a place where you do like physical takedowns. I just won't do it. That's not what I want to do.
Right.
Not
I wouldn't want to try to take down fucking crazy people.
I wouldn't want to hurt
fucking make
it's
me
not
nervous.
That I'm worried that I would be incapable of taking them down. I'm very capable of taking people down. It's just I don't want to hurt anybody. I have to be careful. Like I don't want to do that. I would have to be very careful.
Yeah, it's tough. You don't know if you end up doing something way too, you kind of forget your own strength and fucking hurt somebody on accident. Yeah.
Exactly. It's really easy to do that, especially if you're taking down like females and stuff. Because usually in places where you're doing takedowns, it's male, female. That there's no real gender lines and that kind of thing. And I would feel really bad if I hurt some lady or some dude really bad. Just because they're having a delusional fit and I'm tackling them and shit.
Yeah, I kind of wish I could get a job like that so I could fucking somehow get used to crazy. Because crazy people scare the shit out of me, dude. They put me so on edge, dude. At the meeting tonight, there was a dude that was fucking really, I don't know what his problem was, but he was really fucking unbalanced, dude. He was constantly interrupting when other people were talking. Like, during a meeting, you usually, you say, hey, addict, you say your name, you say you're an addict, and, that's your turn to share. Everybody else is supposed to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I've been to
this dude was interrupting, like, not just like encouragement, like, yeah, all right, like that stuff's kind of acceptable, but he would cut in with whole fucking stories and shit, and you're like, dude, fucking relax.
And I'm guessing they were like delusional stories.
Yeah, he was telling some story about how his cousin got stabbed, and like if he found the guy, he was gonna fucking shoot him, and he was staring right at me, and that's what was fucking with me. And it was like eight other people in the room. And he's talking about that. It's staring right at me. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on in that guy's head. Do I look like the guy he's talking about? Is he thinking it's me? Like, that's what makes me nervous. That's what.
Am I going to get stabbed after the fucking meeting?
Dude, seriously. A dude that's way bigger than me doesn't bother me at all, dude. But crazy scares the shit out of me, dude. Yeah.
I've gotten so used to it at this point. And when I started working, the people I worked with were not generally that kind of crazy. They were just like sort of like space cadets. So I don't know. I've worked with some people who have made threats and stuff. And
no, one of the person that ran the meeting, I was talking to him after the meeting, and it's kind of like you, dude. And he's like, I work with people way fucking crazier than that, because he was talking about how he was transporting somebody, and the person like leaned over and was like, what would you do if I grabbed the wheel and just yanked it right now? As they're driving, transporting. And apparently he was just like, shut the fuck up or I'll fucking kick you out. The guy was like, oh, okay. Like that worked somehow. And then what was the other one?
Sometimes they're just testing to see if they can get it in control somehow in the situation.
Yeah,
or they lack control of their lives in so many ways that there's an opportunity for them to like take the control. They kind of will push the limit real hard.
Find out where the line is, blow right past it.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of fucking, a lot of people will back off from crazy, and I'm one of them. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, wait, dude, let me tell this this is another story he told, dude, about how he deals with this shit like this. He was in a fucking, like a group thing, and he was running the group discussion or whatever. And this guy fucking comes in, and he's like, help me, man, I lost my penis, and I can't find it anywhere. And all the dude said, apparently told him was, all right, well, after the meeting, we'll help you look for it, okay? He's like, oh, okay, and then just wandered back out of the fucking room. Oh man, I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, there's always two ways you can go with something that delusional. You can challenge it, or you can just treat it like a matter of fact and go, okay, we'll deal with it.
Right. All right, we'll deal with it in a minute.
Yeah.
I asked him, I'm like, all right, so did you help him look for his penis later?
Probably not. Probably by that
No, he was like, no, he had moved on to other craziness by then. Yeah. I'm like, all right. And
Yeah,
thought that was
if
fucking
you're lucky,
hilarious.
you don't ever have to follow up on that kind of shit.
Right? Hey, you said you'd help me.
Oh shit!
No, they don't remember. They're moved on to the
forget.
next crazy thing.
It's like I thought you'd have forgotten by now. Damn it!
Right?
Now I'm gonna spend the night looking for a dick out in the fucking parking lot. God damn it!
Yeah. Or you can probably trick them into it, dude. Check, it's there. We already gave it back. You remember? We found it.
Oh yeah, remember you found it there. You found it yesterday. It was in your pants.
Right where you left it. It's always the last place you look.
Yeah. Oh yeah, especially those pesky dicks. They get into the weirdest places.
Shit. But yeah, fucking crazy people.
Oh, I had a dude that makes me look small. Like this was a big fucking dude, skinhead motherfucker too. And then because occasionally I'll shave my head, like I'm lazy and cheap, so I don't usually go get haircuts.
Dude, I have not paid for a haircut in literally decades, dude.
Yeah, because every couple of weeks you just shave your head and fucking you're good.
Yep.
You never get so long. You just never let it get so long that it gets messy. And then once you shaved it again, you get a couple of weeks before it does it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this time I'm
right with it.
Kept the beard, but usually I'll just shave the beard and the head at the same time every like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Although I wish I could grow a decent beard. It's pretty pathetic, the beard I can grow. It really pisses me off.
I'm doing all right with this round. I can grow a really good beard, but I trimmed it kind of like, I don't think I did very good trimming it. I haven't done it in a long time. So like I've always just kept it shaved for like years and years. So
yeah.
I got to get back into how to trim it properly again.
Mine takes like at least a month, dude, month and a half maybe, and even then it's really not much of a beard, dude.
If I didn't have to work, if I didn't get to work at night and basically work sleeping, I wouldn't have been able to grow it out the way I did. So I grew out like a hobo beard.
Yeah, see, mine will never.
A month and a half, probably.
Yeah, mine will never ever fucking grow out to anything really substantial, dude. Yeah,
no,
it looks like something like at its best, it kind of looks like something that is trimmed regularly, even when it's not trimmed regularly.
Yeah, mine grows just under my eye, almost all the way up to just under my eyes.
Oh wow! Holy shit!
Like it's maybe I'm thinking inch below my eyes. Mm-hmm. Like the middle of my eyeball, like an inch down is where the beard starts.
Yeah. No, mine like on the sideburns grow in pretty strong, and kind of along my jawline and under my jawline, like that gets pretty thick. But anything above that is super patchy, dude.
Oh, I don't have that. I got full coverage on the sides.
Yeah.
I got one little patch just at the just behind my chin on my neck. That's one little sort of bald patch there, and then other than that, it's all covered. And that doesn't really look that bad because the beard kind of grows back over it.
Right.
It's like a Trump comb over on my chin, except it looks right.
Yeah. Pretty much my chin is the only spot that grows in really thick. So and I'm glad I have at least that, dude, because I've always wanted the goatee, so I can get a good goatee going.
You could put us together and get a whole beard.
Between the two of us, dude. We make one functional beard somehow.
Exactly. It works perfect.
Yeah, so I'm thankful for that. I have a mustache, but that took a really long time to fucking grow. Like, it's just a bunch of really long hairs.
The mustache is the part that grows the fastest for me. I gotta trim that every like 4 or 5 days, or it starts to get into my mouth and shit.
No, it's the same thing, dude. I had to grow it for like a month and a half before it became something that resembled a mustache.
Oh, I get a mustache inside of a couple of weeks if I really want one.
Yeah, see, mine is just it's so thin, like it just doesn't grow in that thick. So I have to wait for a bunch of hairs to grow out really long.
Oh, what's that dude from Adam's Family?
Oh, Cousin It.
No, not Cousin It. The main guy, the dad.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
there's Morticia.
Why can I not remember
his name? Gomez. Do the Gomez mustache. He's got that thin little mustache. Just do the Gomez, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might. It just sucks that it has to be like fucking super long hairs, dude. It's just
yeah. Grow like hippie hair. See, I got that Friar Tuck bald spot in the back, so there's no reason for me. I can't grow my hair out. It just looks dumb.
All right. No, I've still got a good head of hair, man. I guess it skips a generation, so my son's fucked, I'm sure. But no, I really have very little of a receding hairline, or I don't have a bald spot or anything, dude.
You don't get the beard, but you still got all your hair. So
yeah, that's true. If I had to choose between the two, I don't know. That'd be a tough one. I think I'd almost, because if I'm going bald, I could just constantly shave my head and have a big ass bushy beard.
See, that's what I'd rather have a beard. Right now, I've got just like a regular, like, average kind of guy beard. It's not long anywhere, but that's because I had to trim it real bad because I let it go hobo style for so long.
All right.
I got to work it into shape so that I can grow it out, in stages. I can grow the bottom part down a little bit over time and let it sort of slowly grow while I keep you usually want to keep the sides a little short.
Right.
You want a lot of the volume of the beard to come from the bottom of your chin.
Yeah. No, I definitely used to let the goatee grow like really long, dude. Like a good 3 or 4 inches, sometimes longer than that.
Sort of like grunge metal look style with the goatee.
Yeah, kind of. Although they're starting to refer to me as ZZ Top with it.
Ooh, ZZ Top, hell yeah, ZZ Top.
Those are full beards. Like mine was just the goatee, dude. Going
I wonder, like,
and it was hard to keep it straight, dude, which would bug me. Like I tried to comb it and keep it straight, but it got all fucking curly and shit.
You usually got to do like beard oil and stuff to really,
like
you got to put product in it at a certain point.
Yeah, that's why now
some people just have naturally straight beard hair, but some people, like if it's curly like yours or mine, you got to put like certain kinds of beard wax in it, beard oil, that kind of stuff. You really got to do it. So I'm probably never going to grow a super big beard. I'm going to grow a little more volume on the bottom, but that's about it.
Yeah, it takes too much effort. Like that's why I keep it like now. I just keep it like short crop around there because and once it gets to that, starts getting long like that, it's too much effort. It's more effort.
I'm probably going to keep it for the winter.
Yeah,
I figure during the winter it'll be nice because it'll keep my face nice and warm. And then summer comes again next year, I'll probably just shave it off again.
Yeah, I do that with my hair, my regular hair on my head. I'll let it grow out during the winter, but it does not get anywhere near cold enough here to, to have to do that.
Yeah, I'm in like Northern California, so
right.
We get a fairly. I mean, it's not super cold. It never gets really below it never gets below 50. I would say 50 is maybe the lowest we go, but we'll get like a bunch of time in the 60s for a long time. So
right. Yeah, I think I remember
it warms up towards the 70s during the day, but
I'm trying to remember exactly what town my ex's my ex's family lived over there. Watsonville, I think it was.
Yeah, I know where Watsonville is. I haven't been there in a long time. But
yeah, it's that same area like Gilroy, Watsonville, Hollister. They're all in kind of the same area, right?
Watsonville?
Yeah.
Is all in the same area with what?
Gilroy, and maybe not Hollister. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, I think you're right. I think that might all be in the same area. I don't go up there very often, but
yeah,
I know we kind of vaguely know where Gilroy is.
Yeah, the Gilroy's got like they're famous for like either onions or garlic or something.
Garlic.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, that's all south of me.
Oh, okay.
Gilroy, Hollister, Watsonville, they're all three like a triangle.
Okay.
And then you go a little bit east or west of the Watsonville, northwest of Watsonville, and you're in Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
those are all about
2
or 3 hours south of me.
Yeah, we flew over there for their one of their. It was actually Nana's sister. They were like redoing their wedding vows or whatever.
Oh, right on.
We flew over there for a few days, and I remember it being really goddamn cold in that area because I know when we flew back, it was like 108 here, and it was pretty goddamn chilly over there. But yeah, it was nice, dude. I fucking liked that area, man. It's pretty cool. We were supposed to go. We didn't end up actually going into Santa Cruz, but we were supposed to one day, and then it never happened.
Oh no, we get down into like the 40s in my area. My mistake. I'm looking it up now. Like mid 40s is generally how low it gets, and then it averages around between like upper 50s and lower 60s
Yeah.
in the winter. So I mean, it's cold, but it's not that cold.
Nah, not crazy
It's
cold.
not getting snow or anything. You just got to put on like a sweater or like a jacket and sometimes. Yeah, Gilroy's at least 2 hours away. It's probably about 3 hours away from me. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Watsonville is where they live.
Yeah, Watsonville's same. Like they're essentially the same because it's just one way you take the 101, the other way you take the 880.
Right. Yeah, a lot of farms, a lot of strawberry fields, a lot of fucking garlic. I think there was like onions and shit there too.
Well, Gilroy has the annual garlic festival,
and
so garlic, onions, strawberries, those would all grow pretty good in that same sort of climate.
Yeah, I saw a lot of farms, a lot of fields of that shit.
Oh, there's a lot of fucking produce is grown in California that gets shipped all over the place. We have a lot of farming in California.
Yeah, especially up in that area. Yeah.
Because I'd say those are like central California. Like where I'm at is they call it Northern California, but really it's central because there's a lot further north you can go.
Right. Humboldt County. I met a guy in rehab who's from Humboldt County.
Humboldt's a really nice area because they have Humboldt University and stuff like that.
Right.
And, but the really nice thing is they don't allow chain stores in Humboldt. Or in Arcata, where Humboldt University is, I should say.
Right.
So there's no chains in Arcata. So like literally, it's all mom and pop stores.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. I'm surprised they can do that.
It's a really small college town.
Oh, yeah.
So they can get away with it. And then like all the bars are on one street. So if you want to go to an area and hang out and not deal with that kind of crowd, you can do it anywhere other than that one street.
Yeah, it's like that in Prescott here. Whiskey Row, all the fucking shit's right there in one street.
And then if you want to go to bars, they're all in the same area. So they're all in that same street. So you can go hang out in any one you want. So it works out both ways, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, Flagstaff's like that too. It's a college town. There's a bunch of bars that are in that same area. You can walk to all the different bars, basically.
Well, it makes perfect sense because then the police know where all the people are. Primarily where most people are just drinking all night.
Yeah,
so they can catch drunk drivers before they're really dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
They know if there's going to be a fight, that's where they're going to go. For the most part.
Yeah, and a lot of the kids fucking ride their bikes too. Like if they're fucking drinking, they'll fucking ride their bikes instead of fucking.
There's some places where the cops will arrest you for riding your fucking bike drunk, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man,
fucking ridiculous.
Choose, man.
Such a dick move, dude.
Yeah, at a certain point, you gotta let people get home, and if they're riding a bike, they're really only putting themselves at risk.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, really, you really think that's the threat to public safety? Is drunk kids on bikes?
Yeah.
And they're like you said, exactly. They might hurt themselves, but they're not going to cause a whole lot of damage to other people.
But I had a friend that went to Arcata, so I went and spent a couple weeks on vacation hanging out with him. So
Right on.
The really nice thing is the beaches around there, because they're in a bay.
Yeah.
It's all all the beaches are by a bay, so they're protected, so the weather's not terrible. Like all up in Humboldt, Eureka, and Arcata, it's just a really long bay. They call it different bays and different angles. Anyway, but all the beaches are fairly calm and mild. You don't get a lot of super bad weather. And they allow fires on those beaches up there, too. So you can go out and have like a beach fire with your buddies and hang out.
Yeah, that's what bugs me about Southern California, man, is not being able to have any fires on the beach, man.
Oh, it was fucking ridiculous. In my town, they outlawed them maybe 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Bird. Like, fuck the bird.
Yeah. I guess if it's safe.
Well, they should have put fire pits out because people still go out and have fires all the time. They just go where the cops won't see them.
Right.
They just put fire pits on all the beaches, and then they'd know exactly where they were, and they could keep them in areas where it wouldn't bother these stupid fucking birds.
Yeah, that's it. The outlawing the shit is what's pushing people to have fires where it's going to cause more damage to these birds, probably, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Instead of just saying, here's a fire pit, you can build it here, 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 and here. and then fucking you're fine, dude.
Well, and then the park rangers know where to go check for like underage drinking if they want to bust people, keep them, and they know where people are likely to be driving that they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So they can keep an eye on the roads and stuff.
Yeah, some shit just doesn't make any goddamn sense, dude.
And if you put, the beaches are pretty big. So if you put a couple fire pits on each beach, you definitely have more than enough room to accommodate all the people that are willing to go out there in the middle of the night and have a fire.
Right.
Yeah, I would go out, with my friends, and we weren't drinking most of the time. I mean, there'd be like, we'd have a couple beers, but most of the time we just go out to just hang out somewhere nice.
Right. Yeah, the beach is always nice, dude. Kind of almost regardless of the weather. Like, fucking, it's great hanging out at a fucking beach, dude.
Well, and there's something about being on the beach that you can actually get into some pretty cool conversations.
Yeah, it's something calming about it, dude. You just kind of lay back and just fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was trying to find a campsite in Southern California where I could camp and at least be close enough to where I could hear the waves at night. And it turns out any of those places, you better be checking at least 6 months ahead of time because they fucking.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah,
you gotta fucking
get fucked.
Huh?
Gab is getting fucked.
What happened with Gab now?
The domain registrar is threatening to seize the domain if they don't transfer it to somewhere else. So they got to find somewhere else to host it.
How the fuck?
I'm guessing because they're suing Google. My guess is they're suing Google, so Google is striking back through all these other channels, trying to take the website down. I guarantee it traces back to Google. Google gave somebody some money to fuck with them.
Yeah. Google's becoming quite the evil corporation, dude. Or has been.
Empires crumble. There are no exceptions. Google will fall.
Yeah,
it may take a while, but they'll fall. They will end. So they should really fucking think about that.
Yeah, but they were kind of like the fucking cool hip company, dude. Like, hey, we let you fucking play ping pong at work, and you know what I mean, like that kind of shit. And now they're fucking becoming these authoritarian assholes. That are. I don't understand that impulse. Like, is it? They have. It's almost like they have some kind of self-destructive impulse, dude. It's weird.
It's the moral. It's the moral fucking panic.
Yeah.
In like 5 years, the moral panic's going to be over, and then Google's going to get fucked.
Right. Yeah. They have so much momentum.
Like, you guys are assholes. Look what you did. This is ridiculous. Nobody's going to remember that they were fucking foaming at the mouth and fucking cheering them on.
Right.
They're just going to remember that Google was the fucking monster in the fucking corner.
Yeah, the one that was trying to fucking censor people and trying to fucking avoid competition and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Although, yeah, I do kind of wonder if they're just trying to lose market share for some fucking reason.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, oh, shit, we don't want to become a monopoly and get broken up, so let's do some fucked up shit so we lose a little bit of market share.
Well, they're going to get Gab has a very good lawsuit against them and Apple. They're probably going to win. It's going to take a long time. It's going to get dragged through the courts for a really long time.
Really? Yeah, those guys will definitely be able to drag some shit out.
As long as they can keep some sort of presence somewhere, they can get crowdfunding, and I guarantee people will contribute.
Fuck yeah, dude.
A lot of people that are looking at the freedom of speech stuff and going, yeah, I may not agree with your politics, but this Google squashing freedom of speech shit ain't right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm comfortable with that because they have all my information.
Right. But yeah, you're right. It'll take a long fucking time. Well, look how long fucking the H3H3 shit got drawn out. I'm actually surprised it was over as quickly as it was, but it was drawn out for quite a while for just one guy going against another guy, basically. So yeah, you think about going up against a fucking corporation like that? It's gonna take years and fucking years of drawing shit out.
Yeah, that kind of lawsuit really that takes as long as it does for that stuff.
Yeah,
is just such a good reason for us to just fucking revolt.
Right.
Overthrow the government just to rewrite all the fucking, basically, start from scratch with all the laws to Go back to the Constitution and then rewrite all the other laws on top a little bit at a time.
Yeah, rewrite everything to where it fucking makes it as difficult as possible for corporations to be running shit, dude. Whatever that takes.
Well, if we could just get rid of Citizens United, that would be the key. Somebody needs to challenge that again and get it to the Supreme Court again.
Yeah.
And that affects everybody. So I think, in all honesty, anybody could probably file a lawsuit in regards to that to get it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I still can't believe they managed to fucking come up with a ruling where fucking money is considered free speech, dude. I don't know.
No, the ruling is that corporations are the same as a person.
Yeah.
Here's the part I don't get. How come that only applies one fucking direction?
Right. Yeah, nobody's going to jail for the fucked up shit corporations do. Then it's not really.
What is a corporation? A corporation's a person. Okay, well, in order to make that person, you have everybody who works for the corporation. So if the corporation has violated the law, then everybody who works for it should be in jail.
Right. Yeah, or there should at least be some way to find out who was responsible for the fucking decisions.
Nope. It doesn't matter. The corporation's a person, so the corporation committed a crime.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
They should
want to go that
at
far.
the very minimum, they should shut the corporation down forcefully.
Right.
However long it would be in jail if it were.
Like you're in jail for fucking 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is.
Any business, you're not allowed to buy, sell, trade anything for 5 years. For 5 years,
that's not a bad idea, man. Because like I said, it is pretty obvious that they've fucking taken over, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'd just like to see that applied both ways because I guarantee you, Citizens United would get revoked. Fucking too sweet.
Right.
Coca-Cola accidentally commits a crime, and then the entire company gets shut down for a week. I guarantee you, every other corporation can be like, hey, we're not a person anymore.
Yeah. We've decided to. We'd like you to disband that decision that we were begging you to make before.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so fucking ridiculous. Like, no, it's supposed to be considered an artificial person, like in quotes. You know what I mean?
Here's the question. The DNC is a corporation. The Democratic National Convention is a corporation.
Right.
It committed fraud. And everybody tried to sue them for fraud, but the judge said, we shouldn't judge. What if they arrested it? They used citizen's arrest and arrested it and then filed charges.
Yeah.
Press charges, like criminal charges.
It's a fucking person. Show up at DNC headquarters, dude. I'm making a citizen's arrest.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. It's so fucking
I'm a
horrible.
Democrat. You guys committed fraud with my money that I donated. And you gave it to somebody who I did not intend it for, and you did not represent the donation as being something that would go to that person, and you disregarded all of our wishes as to who should be the one put forward as the candidate. That we were all part of this. We're all supposed to be part of this decision. So you committed fraud, and I'm putting you under citizen's arrest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Or the super delegate shit's fucking ridiculous too. That shouldn't exist.
I just love to see it challenged in the way that if the whole DNC is supposed to go to jail, if a corporation is a person, how are they going to put the DNC in jail?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be happy if it was just fucking Debbie Wasserman Schultz that went to jail.
I just want to see the courts have to fucking deal with their decision. Because it would eventually get up to the Supreme Court.
Like,
and I would say, so Citizens United, well, shit. Either we have to put an entire corporation in jail, I don't know how, or we have to admit that this is completely ridiculous.
Yeah. That it turns out the corporation is not a real person. Like, I'm pretty sure when they just came up with that, artificial person thing, it was more of a theoretical. You know what I mean? It's fucking stupid. Yeah. If they fucking push that out and be like, oh no, artificial person is a person.
I just think it's so funny. I mean, I'd love to see Debbie Wasserman Schultz go to jail because she's definitely the root of it. But I just want to see the chaos on the news tape. And like CNN would be fucking priceless. They'd be fucking their anchors would just be literally just rolling around on the ground. I'm gonna hold my breath until you stop. In like level of tantrums.
Oh fuck!
All the news stations do it. In all honesty, like I imagine Fox might even do it too because they're all corporations. It's totally against their interests. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see the fucking media shit broke up a little more. Just too many, too few people have too much market share, man.
Yeah, it's an oligarchy right now. There's like 4 people that control all of the fucking news. That's not okay.
Yeah, I don't know how the laws would work against to make that like not possible, but there's got to be some way to fucking do it.
Well, they're antitrust laws, and they're just not being enforced.
Mm-hmm.
It's never like there's never supposed to be any industry that gets down to like 4 or 5 people controlling all of it. That's never supposed to be the case. And there has to be, although I think they avoid it because like if you look at the new media, like all the stuff on YouTube essentially and all the stuff online, just in general, like there's all these different new startups now. They're not able to stop or prevent competition.
Yeah.
So I mean, it sort of passes the antitrust test in the fact that anybody can become a reporter at this point.
Right.
Like you in order to because the freedom of the press applies to anybody who's doing what the press does. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have some sort of like certificate or
magic credentials or something.
Like there's just there's no qualifying to be the press. Just if you're publishing articles, writing a book, whatever.
Yeah, but it seems like the censorship shit is the reason for the censorship, in my opinion, or part of it does really seem to be to try to shut down people that are reporting like real news.
Oh yeah.
Oh
no, the people who claim that it's not targeted.
Antitrust thing.
The people who claim that it's not targeted is just it's a glitch in the algorithm. It's just wrong. It don't take time to work out. They're fucking delusional, man.
Yeah, like they're taking out other people too, but I really believe their main focus is to make sure nobody's competing with them.
It's like 10 right-wing news sources to like 1 left-wing channel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the proportions tell the lie. They're taking out so many more sources of news that are accurate, and than they are taking out anything else. If anything, the other ones are just a smokescreen so that they can be like, well, look, it's not just.
Right.
But really, it is just.
Exactly. So fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of people that have been getting woken up to it, so that is encouraging. But it just seems like it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better, man. Maybe not. I hope I'm wrong on that. Like I said, Trump getting elected was huge. But I don't know, man.
I don't know if Trump.
What happens? Let's say Trump gets 8 years, dude. I mean, how much can he really get done with all the people fighting against him? And then what happens after he's gone? Is it just going to go back to when it was before? Is there going to be another Trump waiting?
I'm really curious to see what happens in 2018. If it actually a couple of key people like get replaced, like if they actually manage to get Paul Ryan replaced with a different Republican, or like McCain or any of those sort of rhino kind of guys.
Well, McCain's not
clearly working against
Trump. Not up for re-election until like 2022.
I'm just saying, like, because there's a couple of rhinos I think that are up in 2020.
Right.
If they actually manage to replace some of those people with Republicans that are actually going to work with Trump,
right?
Or if
that would be fucking awesome, dude.
Pro-Trump Republicans, it's going to be a big fucking. You'll see a big shift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing is a lot of these fucking idiots think that there's going to be this huge fucking Democratic takeover. Yeah, they think the fucking Democrats are going to pick up a shitload of seats in the House and Senate, and I honestly think it's going to push even further Republican, dude.
Yeah, it'll either push further Republican or it'll stay basically the same. Yeah. It'll do one or the other. It's definitely not going to slide.
Yeah, the overall result, I cannot see the Democrats actually having more seats than they do.
Well, and the other thing is, even during Obama, the Republicans controlled Congress.
Yeah,
that's why Obama was forced to work outside the Constitution and do all those things through presidential acts that unfortunately never got challenged.
Yeah.
Because he had all these judges that he appointed basically were protecting his deliberate disregard for the fucking way our government works.
Yeah. See, that shit, there's got to be some way to fucking investigate judges for that bullshit too, man.
They should make it easier to get judges out of office permanently. If your track record, like the Ninth Circuit's track record is like 90% fucking overturns, like 90% of their cases, I think, are like overturned. It's like somewhere between 80 and 90. I might be exaggerating a little, but not by a lot.
Yeah, that is a little fucking...
They should literally just disband the court and get rid of those judges.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, you just got to be like, look, these judges
it's too infested.
Their job.
Yeah, it's too infested with this shit. Just fucking, it's time to cut it off.
Any other job where you could get away with that level of fucking incompetence.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were a cashier at a fucking gas station and 80% of the days you worked, you got the fucking totals wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're registered and balanced 80 out of 10 days, a fucking week, you'd be gone.
Yeah.
You'd be gone in a fucking week. They'd start off, they'd work for fucking 5 days, and they'd be like, 4 days, we can't keep you. 4 out of 5 days.
You cannot be this inaccurate. You cannot be this wrong this often.
Yeah, we just can't. Like, even if you weren't doing it on purpose, like, we weren't stealing from them or anything, they just like, we can't. Sorry, man, you can't use you.
Yeah, it's just sickening that they're not
held accountable,
doing what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to follow the fucking law, man.
Yeah, and all they're doing the law and following political stuff, which is
they should not be legislating from the bench, dude. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, it's like blocking Arpaio's, not blocking Arpaio's pardon, because they can't stop the pardon.
Right.
There's no way to overturn that. But they're maintaining the charges so that the charges aren't removed either. So he won't be punished. He's never going to serve a day in jail. That's beyond doubt. That's beyond their authority. But they can still say he's still guilty of this. We won't take it off his record. Yeah. So it's like throwing a little fucking temper tantrum from the judges.
Yeah, the fucking. Did you ever watch a Razor Fist video on Arpaio? I don't know how much you know about Arpaio, but Razor Fist did a pretty good video on him, dude.
I don't need to know a lot about Arpaio because what he did really doesn't matter in the context of why I don't like what happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he could have been the worst fucking serial killer on the planet.
Yeah.
And I would still think what I think because
he's not even as bad as I thought he was, dude. Like, and I finally actually researched it. Like, he really got fucked over, man. And really, all he was doing was like actually enforcing the law for the most part.
Yeah, he was told by the judges, who, by the way, don't have that authority, that he wasn't allowed to enforce the law. That's not up to them.
Yeah,
that's not their authority.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, a lot of the shit that he was enforcing was the shit we voted on, dude.
Yeah.
That the fucking people voted into being, dude.
Well, and on top of that, the reason they kept him from getting a trial with the jury is because any jury would have thrown out all of the judge's things, because any lawyer would have said this was in violation of the law. Like this court order was not legal in any sense.
Yeah.
And any jury that's even remotely reasonable, and by and large, most juries are reasonable.
Yeah, you're gonna be hard pressed to find 12 motherfuckers that are gonna just ignore the fucking law and the Constitution.
You'd be hard pressed to find fucking 6. You'd be hard pressed to find enough to hang the jury.
Yeah, yeah.
And the voir dire process really eliminates a lot of that bullshit. Because essentially, I don't know if you know what the voir dire is. Do you know?
Not really.
Okay, so when you go down to do the jury and you get called and you actually have to go in and you actually have to go sit in on a case potentially, like they're selecting from, like, they'll take essentially like about 3 times the amount, so roughly 30 or so, 35, 36 people in to do the jury selection process, and they call that the voir dire process.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. Where they interview you to see if you're acceptable for the
and then
or whatever.
Both lawyers can veto people out of it, and essentially, so it's in the interest of both attorneys to get people who are as unbiased as possible, because they don't want to win. Because if they try to screw the other guy's going to screw them, and they're going to get a really shitty jury, and they won't be able to manipulate or predict any sort of outcome.
Right.
Whereas if they get the most reliable, unbiased people who are willing to actually sit down and listen to both sides, they both have a better chance of winning.
Yeah, it's in their both interests. It's in both of their best interests. Yeah.
So, and that's why they didn't want a jury trial, is because they knew that,
there's no way.
Any chance if he ever got a jury trial, it would just immediately be thrown out because the judges exceeded their authority.
Yeah.
They don't fucking have the authority to tell cops what they are and aren't allowed to fucking enforce.
Yeah.
At best, they can dismiss cases.
Yeah. They really didn't fuck him over on getting reelected, and it worked. He didn't get reelected, dude.
Yeah, it was really it was completely beyond. It was way outside the Constitution.
Yeah. And now there's now the sheriff up there, because I don't live in that county, but now the sheriff up there is referring to the illegal aliens as guests.
Yeah, it's garbage. It's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of that. Like, look, they're illegal aliens. They broke the law coming here. We don't want them.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of people.
And that's the thing is, I mean, I suppose a certain amount of Hispanic people that are here illegally still support the illegal ones, but not as many as not that many, dude. Most of them fucking hate them just as much as anybody else, dude.
Well, I know, like, Base Mama hates it, and I understand why, but there are so many illegal aliens here that it would be so expensive and cause so many people to get killed and injured and hurt to actually kick out every single illegal alien that's gotten into the country.
Yeah, but
what they do is start enforcing the borders. And at least kick out.
That's huge. And then any of them that get arrested should get the fuck out.
And anybody who's a felon, at the very least, anybody who's a felon should definitely be.
Yeah, anybody who's broken the law has been on that. Absolutely.
Well, and we should put them in jail and then deport them.
Right.
Make them serve prison time, and then kick them out, so that it's not just, oh, well, you fucking killed somebody, get out so you can just cross the border again in a week.
Right.
Punish them for whatever crime they've committed, and then throw them the fuck out. Make it actually have consequences.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
And I can understand using granting some form of clemency or citizenship to people who haven't committed all these crimes, and whose only crime was crossing the border, as a bargaining chip with the Democrats.
Right.
I can see that. That's not a bad idea, as long as what you get is something that actually, in the long run,
is actually effective in preventing future shit. Yeah.
Or allows you to actually put people in jails, ends the sanctuary cities, or build a wall, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know this, but in both your state and my state, Arizona and California, fucking illegal aliens can get welfare.
Oh yeah, dude. No, it's fucking really easy, dude. Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
It does not matter. Yeah. It's ridiculous, I don't make enough
money I make enough money that I could probably qualify for food stamps or something. I don't need to, so I don't. But I mean, I probably could.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really ridiculous.
Because I'm not illegal and I'm not brown, so I'd never get it.
Yeah. Yeah. That still blows my mind how they have no problem with that. Like, they're here illegally, and we're fucking.
Well, and they want to give people driver's licenses and shit. It's like, this is how terrorists infiltrate your fucking country. This is how the people from 9/11 got in.
Yeah, that's the other thing I don't understand is, do you understand what's going to start happening because of how lenient these people want to be on the fucking border shit, dude? Like, it's going to get really fucking bad. It's going to be so fucking easy for them to infiltrate.
It's why I hope Trump wins in 2020, because he's at the very least, he's stymieing all the he's keeping them from bringing in the billions of refugees.
Yeah. No, I would be surprised if Trump doesn't.
We're stuck with the ones Obama okayed, because he can't undo that, because apparently that's not his power, even though it is. completely within his authority to do. But he at least is stymieing any future immigrants, hopefully, and from that sort of recognition.
Right. Yeah, honestly, I'd be surprised if Trump doesn't, because I know they've talked about how the Republicans might try to replace him, and that would just be fucking disastrous, because then he'll just run on his own. You know what I mean?
Well,
he'll run as a fucking independent.
You know, the Republicans can't because they don't fix the system quite the way the Democrats do. Mm-hmm. They actually counted the votes and went with the votes, and the votes were for Trump.
Yeah.
Like, clearly, if they were fixing the system, Trump would not have been the candidate they ran. It would have been like Ted Cruz or
yeah, which I'm still not clear on. Isn't Ted Cruz not eligible because he wasn't born here?
I think Ted Cruz is he was a citizen when he was born. He just wasn't born in the U.S.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever been totally clarified, though. I'm pretty sure you have to actually be born in the U.S. Dude.
Well, I think you have to be born a U.S. citizen. So he was born to U.S. citizens in a foreign country. I don't think that counts enough to vote him out of being running for president.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've heard a lot of people. I need to look into that a little more. A lot of
people said that. I think any court would say, look, clearly they intended it to be an American citizen, and he is born a natural American citizen. He's not, he's not a citizen of another country. Just because he wasn't.
Yeah, I need to research that more.
Would allow it. I think the Supreme Court would allow it. I don't think they would count him out, especially not if he received the votes. Because I think that would be the biggest part that would count. So if they managed to keep it out of court until he was elected, if he was elected, I think what would happen was the courts would say, look, the will of the people supersedes, this tiny little detail, and he is a natural U.S. citizen, which for us counts enough.
Yeah,
I bet you that's.
Although I think I can't see Ted Cruz, even as horrible as Hillary was, I can't see Ted Cruz beating her, dude. I just can't. Or Marco Rubio.
Ted Cruz or Rubio would have been awful.
I don't know about you, but just seeing that guy makes me want to punch him in the fucking face, dude.
Ted Cruz is such a fucking
smug dude. He's such a smug expression on his face all the fucking time, dude.
Did you see the Steven Crowder episode where Ted Cruz was
on? No.
He is actually a remarkably pleasant and just genial person. He's very likable in person.
Really?
When he's not being the politician, when he's just doing the interview and stuff, he's a very likable guy. It floored me. You do not look at Ted Cruz when he's doing the I'm the politician and just in general, you do not look at him and go, yeah, this guy is likable. You look at that and go, God, I just want to fucking punch him in the face. Like, I totally get that.
Yeah, dude.
On Steven Crowder, he was remarkably pleasant.
Yeah. Like, oh, this guy's you think he would fucking learn to be real, man?
He has a sense of humor.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you learn nothing else from losing to Trump so badly, it's that, hey, maybe you should open up and be a little more fucking genuine.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be. I think Trump changed the game. At least for the next couple of decades, you're going to see a lot of people kind of go that Trump route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You saw fucking, what's that guy who started just getting all crazy on Twitter? Like he was in the Trump office for
Chris Christie?
No, he's somebody. He worked for Trump.
He got a little crazy.
No, this guy went nuts, and he was like hired and then fired in like 2 weeks.
Oh fuck! God damn it!
You know what I'm talking about, though? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I can't remember the fucking name though. But yeah, wasn't there somebody that was hired and fired within like a couple days?
That might be this guy.
Yeah.
Because he went on Twitter and just went on a tirade using all sorts of profanity and just going way beyond acceptable. Just like, oh, they're a bunch of fucking pussies, and you're just like, and then the left was like harassing Trump about hiring him in the first place, and then they started harassing him about firing him, and it's like, look, dude, this guy was
Scaramucci.
Yeah, Scaramucci. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
It's like, well, of course Trump fired him. Like, there's a fucking line. It may be way further than it used to be, but it's still there.
Right. Fuck.
That guy was a riot.
Yeah. And I think it's somewhat calculated by him to be like, okay, if that's what you want, I'll fire him. I'll do that for you. You know what I mean? And then he'll be like, but you need to do this for me. Like, you need to help me out.
And for a couple of days, you didn't hear about Russia. You heard about Scaramouche.
Right.
And so
plus, it does kind of make him look a little more reasonable, you know?
Oh, and it gave a little breathing room for him to do some political maneuvering, no doubt, and some other people to hire for that position that were more inclined to actually be loyal to their boss.
Yeah.
They think a lot of the leaks, I think, coming out of Trump's office, like the phone calls and stuff, which are crimes.
Right.
Trump's phone calls and stuff. Like, he's the president. That is a crime to leak his conversations with other foreign leaders out to the press. That's completely illegal.
Right. And and it's not even something that is really defensible, like for the WikiLeaks shit. I mean, you can kind of make a case for that shit. I actually think I don't have any problem with Snowden. I don't know about you, but I don't really have that much of a problem with what Snowden did.
No, I think he was right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the shit they're doing here with his phone calls and shit is just doesn't fall into that category.
I don't have a problem with Chelsea Manning.
Yeah.
I think Trump was right to pardon Manning, and I think he should probably let Snowden go.
Yeah, for sure.
Pardon Snowden. I think he should. I think it'll fuck with his base, so he's less likely to do it until maybe like
second term,
probably like 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah, I don't even think he'd do that long. I think as soon as the second term is sworn in, I think he would do it.
A lot of presidents will do is, because that might make it hard to get deals, and the military might stop backing him, and the military backing him is probably helping him right now, because they got a lot of political sway amongst the Congress. But
so frustrating, dude, that they don't want to fucking do right thing.
Well, I mean, all the presidents on their last presidency, the second term, a lot of them write like a few dozen pardons that are extremely controversial on their way out the door,
right?
Because it doesn't matter anymore. Like, you can't go after them. And
there's nothing you can fucking. There's no kind of backlash that's going to hit them significantly in the last fucking year.
So it's not like a presidential act. So things that Trump signed in the presidential acts, like the stuff he's been doing, has been how it's supposed to be, where it's like it's a temporary fix.
Yeah. But a pardon, you can't unpardon somebody, right?
No, you can't. There's no way to unpardon.
Yeah.
I think there may be a way that the Supreme Court can unpardon, but I'm pretty sure not.
Yeah.
I think the worst that they can do is say that they're still guilty, so they still have a criminal record despite not having to face any of the punishment for it.
Yeah.
It's the most that a judge can do. It's just the charges essentially like, what is that clicking there?
Oh shit! I was hitting the side of the thing. I didn't realize it was picking that up. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was like hitting the laptop's open, and I was just kind of like really lightly hitting it on either side, dude. I keep forgetting how sensitive this mic is, dude.
Yeah, that was funny though. It was just like it's like tappity tappity tap.
Dude, it's not even that loud here, man. That's what's funny.
Yeah. So the problem is
I could not hear it through the earbuds, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you hear it on that stream. That's
right. Usually, but that's what I'm saying is it's not that loud in person, and it gets really loud through the stream, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like why I try to turn my face away and move my head away from the mic when I cough or something like that. And I'm sure it's fairly loud.
Yeah, I always try to do the mute thing if I remember, but I know I do a lot of sniffles and fucking shit like that without.
Yeah.
I constantly forget that shit.
Okay,
when I'm drinking the water, I'm sure you've heard that probably throughout.
No.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. I've noticed it a couple times when I listen to the replays. I can hear me drinking water and the ice clinking around sometimes. Don't notice it. Yeah. But yeah, it's usually just a couple of times you can actually hear it. It's not like constant.
We're live. That's what you're going to get. It's not a studio recording where you can edit out like little things and redo things and let's get a second take.
Right.
That's what I like about it. I like live because it's just doing it.
Yeah, just there. Here it is. Take it or leave it, fuckers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say the only thing that presidential pardon, like the problem is like if it's a felony and they decide to say the charges stand, you might still not be able to own a gun. Like you'll never go to prison for it. You'll never pay any fines or any of that kind of stuff, but you might not. You might still have all the restrictions of a felon.
Right.
So, I think that can be the case. I'm not sure, and it's still on your record. So, because I don't know if you know this, but you can apply to get a presidential pardon. So, William Stenchover, that's what mics do. Make things louder. Yes, votes.
Thanks, buddy.
Calling us out on stating the obvious there. Fair enough.
No, I just didn't realize how sensitive my mic is. Jackass.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, because it's been quite a few things that you've called me like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, oh, shit, the mic is picking that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like you're saying, this is just it's a shitty, or not shitty, it's actually a good earbud set, but the mic is really sensitive, man. It picks up all kinds of shit that I wouldn't think it picks up.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Shocking. That's shocking.
Oh, somebody got cut off on the Emmys, so they finished their speech backstage. No.
Did they play him off? They started playing the music and played him off, huh?
Oh, who fucking knows, man? I didn't watch, so I don't know. I just saw it.
Yeah. Dude, I don't want to hear what any of those fuckers, unless it was Joy Villa, but I don't think she was invited. Yeah. Joy Villa seems to be willing to go against the grain.
Yeah, exactly.
And ruin her career, probably.
Well, I don't know, fucking Hollywood's crazy, man. I just, people fail up, people get accepted for things and fucking blacklisted for things I don't understand.
Yeah.
None of which have to do with skill or ability or putting out any sort of quality product like movies or TV or something.
Yeah, you can be considered courageous if you fucking run somebody over with your car and then fucking decide to come out as a woman instead of a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You can get some courage awards.
Fucking, shit. Brain freeze.
Uh-huh.
Damn it, I had one and it's gone. Oh, well.
An example, you mean? Or
a good example, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is going to drive me nuts.
It'll come to you as soon as we go off air.
No, it'll come to me like I'll wake up half wake up in like an hour or two after I go to sleep, and then I'll fucking son of a bitch.
That's what it was. Fuck, that would have been perfect. But yeah, nobody fucking gives a shit what these people have to say, dude. I've never been interested. Like very few people. Like famous people, have I given a shit about their opinions or their fucking personal life or any of that shit?
Yeah. Oh, I don't.
I don't understand that, dude. Even the ones I do. Well, I guess there are a few. Like Hunter S. Thompson, I had an obsession with him a little bit.
That's what I remembered. Yeah. Or like Kesha, who fucking filed false rape charges against her producer because she wanted out of a shitty contract.
Right.
Like and then she's so brave and so fucking like. Oh, we should all want to help her out.
Right. The guy that fucking raped you signed a fucking recording contract with.
Well, and then they worked together for like 5 years after, and suddenly she can't work with him. And
Yeah, as soon as somebody pointed out how shitty her fucking recording contract was and how much better it could be, then it was a fucking problem.
Well, and that's, the social justice warrior sort of situation, and then this poor guy's career is ruined because even though they were like, we don't think this is likely, they still let her out of the contract. It was fucking stupid.
Yeah. That guy should sue the fucking shit out of her for defamation or what slander, I guess it would be.
Yeah, well, I mean, then there's nothing he can do about it. Yeah, he can't sue her for slander. Despite the fact that she has no evidence whatsoever to base her false charges on. She's calling him a rapist, and there's no punishment for that.
Wow, yeah, that's ridiculous.
You know, people say, "What about her rights?" What about his, man? I mean, you can't just say things about people like that. That should be illegal, and it is. It should be enforced.
Yeah, but it's not, especially if it's a woman that says it.
It pisses me off. It's so bad.
Right. No, it's fucking bullshit, man.
Okay, this is a great little quote from Sheila Jackson. Homicide is the leading cause of murders in America.
Wow.
Quote from one of our politicians. I don't know what she does. I don't want to know.
She's in charge of something. That's fucking depressing enough that she's in charge of something. Wow.
Holy shit, for somebody that minimum wage should be $22 an hour? God damn.
Yeah, that might be a little extreme, dude.
Well, if you're in New York or San Francisco, 22 an hour is pretty reasonable as a minimum wage for the cost of living.
Yeah, I guess it is fucking ridiculous. Actually, even 22 an hour in New York is kind of low.
Yeah, you probably talk about 30, 40 an hour in New York. In New York, it's what it should be. But you know, most places.
California is the cost of living is pretty high in California, but compared to New York, it's kind of nothing.
Having a $15 minimum wage in California is very reasonable. That's not an unreasonable number for the cost of living in California. And it's not something that the businesses can't pay, and they're doing it slowly over time. And I think they're only going to 12 as it is right now. I don't think they're going to go to 15 yet.
Right.
But like 15 would be pretty reasonable in California. But like I'm sure there's places in like, you know, like Wisconsin or fucking Montana where like $10 is pretty reasonable. You know, I mean,
yeah, it'd be like a living wage because the fucking shit's so cost of living is so low. Yeah.
Exactly. It
there are a bunch of places in like Georgia where apparently Georgia is notoriously cheap.
If they want to fix minimum wage and actually have it have some sort of effect, they're going to have to adjust it every year so that the companies can't keep up by raising, you know, like essentially like you have to nullify their ability to to make it nullify it by raising prices on everything. Right. You have to put a temporary moratorium on raising costs of all this stuff. And then you got to change it every year to balance it out. And you got to do it by like county. The only other thing is to just take away the power from the corporations so that they can't, you know, not pay their employees and then pay their
back to what they were making.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, like, the CEOs are making like $200, $300, $400 million a year, and they're not paying their employees a fair wage. And it's like you gotta figure out some way to balance out. Like, look, the highest paid employee can make this many times the lowest paid, or some sort of system like that.
Yeah, where it's tied to where, like, if you want to make a shitload of money, the only way that's possible is if you're paying your fucking lowest employees a shitload of money.
Not a shitload, just a fair amount. I'm not like I don't think people should be driving like a fucking Cadillac or a Mercedes Benz, but you know, you work a minimum wage job, you should be able to get a shitty apartment and you know afford to be able to go see the doctor and occasionally watch a movie. You know what I mean? Like, and
CEOs like people that don't even really own the fucking company. You know what I mean? Like it's a publicly traded or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. You shouldn't be able to make that much money, man.
Well, you shouldn't be able to make that much money because you're essentially hiring slaves in foreign countries and underpaying your employees in the country you're based in.
Yeah.
That's the real issue.
Yeah, there's got to be some
these companies aren't making the profit they're making; they're stealing the profit they're making, and there are a lot of other places that are getting screwed over in the process, including a lot of small businesses. And other places who would pay people more realistically without even having to have the laws in place.
No, it's the reason I won't shop at Walmart, dude. I just can't do it, dude. I will not shop unless I absolutely fucking have to. I do not set foot in Walmart, dude.
I've bought 2 towels and a box of candles from Walmart in the last like 10 years. So,
I think I've got my OP flip flops. I can't find them anywhere else. But like I can't buy cheap flip flops because they break like fucking immediately.
Yeah.
So I have to pay a little extra for the fucking OP ones that are a little stronger. But yeah, beyond that, dude, that is literally, I think, the only thing I've bought in a fucking Walmart within the last 5 years.
Well, the only reason I bought the towels was because I just didn't have a lot of money, and they sell towels for like $4, or like 2 towels for like $4. And it was just like I needed a towel. The one I had was all torn up. So I bought a couple towels because I had like $5 in my account.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Necessity. You had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same. If I could have found the OP sandals anywhere else, I would have fucking done it, even if it was paying more.
Nobody else sold bulk tea lights for some reason.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, I bought like a pack of like 100 tea lights. It was like $10.
Yeah.
And the only reason I bought it there was because nobody sells them in large boxes. It was like packs of like 10.
Yeah, it was pretty, especially tea lights. Like, holy shit, how fast you go through tea lights, dude? They're fucking.
Well, I don't go through them very fast. I just have them. I just wanted a big old box of candles in case when the power goes out, because it will.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, if you're burning tea lights, they don't fucking last. They don't last very long. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy that, and they can't be that much. I mean, they're fucking tiny little fucking candles.
Yeah. And they last like maybe 2 or 3 hours, which is perfect when you have a power outage, because usually after 2 or 3 hours, everybody just starts to sleep.
Right.
Because they get so bored. You just start passing out.
I go driving around, but I'm an idiot. But I like going driving around and seeing exactly how far the power outage has gotten.
Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. It's sort of like a reverse Christmas lights thing.
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, that neighborhood's out. Oh. And it is kind of cool, like seeing spots that are normally lit up with lights, not be lit up, dude. Yeah.
Sort of like walking around at like 4 a.m. I used to drive to work at leave my house at like 4:30 or something to get to work at 5. And boy, that was just a fun drive because there's just nobody on the road. Right. I saw this picture and I was just like, I thought this was just fucking ridiculous and funny. The last it's so terribly way out of line, but it's so funny.
Right. Yep. They might hate the West, but they only hate each other slightly less than they hate the West.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Although you know what, I was thinking about that, and I don't maybe it's more extreme for them, but it's not the way fucking everybody is. Like you think about back in American history.
Oh yeah.
Like when it was all white people, we hated people hated the Irish or the Italians. Or, it's almost like it's fucking human nature. And I think Muslims just are more extreme about it.
Well, the thing is, like first of all, the Muslim isn't a race, but so it's not quite the same thing, but their religion,
right.
It's
although white isn't really a race either. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different fucking like races that make up white people.
It's not a specific culture, true. Right. Culture shock. But the thing is, eventually, Italian values, Irish values, and other European values all sort of align to a certain extent. Like they're not so foreign.
Right.
They don't eventually meld into a common set of values.
Right.
But the thing is, the Islamic values just do not mesh. They don't.
Yeah, they're so fucking out of whack.
Yeah.
And it's like the shit that's allowed in those countries, and the people that are allowed to not only not go to jail, but allowed to live and allowed to fucking breed. You know what I mean? Like there's some violent motherfuckers, dude. So like you're just passing on these genes of these violent people, man.
The Europeans at this point have let all these Islamic people in and have allowed them to create no-go zones where Europeans can't fucking go in their own cities without being beat up.
That is so goddamn amazing to me, dude. That they're okay with that. Like, go ahead. Just govern yourselves. Why not? What could go wrong?
I would be killing them.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Yeah. I would absolutely I would get a gun and I would go kill as many as I could.
Yeah. Yeah, like how dare you fucking be in my country and try to fucking run shit your own way like that? It's fucking horrible.
I'm not going to allow people to take over my town and set up areas where nobody can go, or they'll get raped, murdered, or killed. I will kill those people.
Yeah, like that would,
like,
it would be like telling them, okay, yeah, you stay there. The rest of the town is ours. I know, we can't go there. Then fuck you. You can't come here. You're stuck right where you're fucking at, motherfucker.
I would just eliminate them. I'm not going to allow them to come in and change my country that way. And I guarantee I'm not the only one.
Although, dude, apparently
there's more fitting in
places
Texas
like that. Like fucking Dearborn, Michigan, apparently is pretty close to that, dude.
That's what they should do. They should execute the people who are doing that. If the police aren't doing it and the government isn't handling it, the entire point of bearing arms, the entire point of the Second fucking Amendment is you can take the law into your own hands and eliminate the
Yeah, eliminate any kind of tyranny, dude. Like fucking, that's pretty tyrannical, man. For you,
and then when they're done taking those people out, they should go to the local politicians and eliminate them as well. Make a fucking point. That's the point of having a Second Amendment. And I know that sounds awful. Like, and obviously, I'd much rather there be another way. But at the end of the day,
I'd much rather they were such fucking pussies and so willing to let that happen. I don't fucking get it, dude. I do not get why they fucking.
Well, and I don't think Dearborn, Michigan is to the point where they have no-go zones like the urban.
Right.
It's not that bad.
But apparently there's a lot of shit that's handled by Sharia courts that don't fucking make it to,
that's what needs to be stopped. That needs to be stopped in our court system to say, hey, look, you know what? Separated in a religion and state, except they don't get to take over the function of the state.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
It goes both ways.
Yeah,
like they get to have their religion, and we can't tell them what they can and can't believe, but they don't get to use their religion as a way to ignore or go outside of our laws.
Yeah, you're letting basically a kangaroo court actually fucking dictate an entire.
It's not legal at all. It's completely unconstitutional. The Constitution goes both ways.
Yeah,
we do have the right to say what we want and believe what we want, but we do have to respect the court of law. And that's the point. It's like our rights don't violate other. We can't.
There shouldn't be any extrajudicial shit.
So their right to religion doesn't allow them to violate the other people's rights in their own community by ignoring our laws.
Yeah, or even those Muslims that live there should not have to be subject or shouldn't be subject to that. Even if they want to, it doesn't fucking matter, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no.
It doesn't matter if they all agree to it or 99% of them agree to it. It's fucking unconstitutional, man.
You can't use like a Sharia law as a way to avoid going to divorce court and paying, and having a reasonable settlement. Like, don't get me wrong, divorce laws are fucking ridiculous.
Right.
But
those could use some doing too. But
go outside of our court system and have a whole different setup like that. It really does need to go through our courts.
Yeah.
And then if you have a rational set of people who are like, look, we just don't want to be married anymore, but we don't hate each other. We're just gonna, they can work it out without lawyers and not end up, losing a third of the income to the lawyer.
Right.
Generally, that's what happens. Is the lawyer gets a third, and then each person gets a third. In the really acrimonious divorces, the ones where it's really everybody just hates each other. Unless you're in California, in which case the lawyer gets a third, the wife gets 2/3, and the guy just gets fucked.
Right. Yeah. California is one of those ones that's pretty notorious for being really one-sided.
Well, one of the things that gets me is alimony. I get child support. I really get child support. That makes perfect sense. You really should take care of your kid, whether you feel like you should have to or not. I don't fucking care. This male abortion bullshit where you're like, well, I'll just give up all my rights and then I don't have to pay for the kid I have. And fucking the kid's still there. Too bad if it's not fair.
Right.
Yeah, it was the lady's decision, and I get that that's not fair, but that's reality.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way around it. And you got to pay fucking to support the kid because it shouldn't come to this state.
But not being married anymore and still having to maintain whatever lifestyle they were fucking used to.
Yeah, that's the part that's ridiculous. Dude. Now, I understand if it was a case where the wife was a stay-at-home wife And that was the deal, that he would go out and make the money, and she would stay at home and take care of the kids and the family and the house.
Yeah, for a while.
Her getting alimony for like 4 to 6 years, which is plenty of time to get a degree.
Yeah. For a while, it's understandable, but this fucking shit.
But it should never exceed 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years should be the absolute maximum. And even then, I don't know.
Usually be 4 years is the maximum, but 6 years is 4 years is the usual. 6 years is the maximum.
Yeah, and it should really be tied to how long you were actually married, dude. Like, you shouldn't be able to fucking marry and divorce within like a year or two and fucking get 6 years worth of fucking, alimony. Yeah, especially if it's something where like you were working up until the time you married this guy, and then suddenly you stopped, and it wasn't because you agreed on it.
I would say one to 3 or 4, maybe. Maybe even for every 2 years. Maybe for every 2 years you can get one up to a maximum of 4. And then if you're talking like 20 years of marriage, then it's like 6.
As many as 6. Yeah, especially if you were just running the household. If you did, regardless of whether you quit right after you got married or not. If you're married for 20 years and were running the household, that gets you 6 years. Dude. That's understandable.
I could even see them saying 10 years, but just not permanent. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The like in perpetuity. Because
or until they get married again, right? Like, if they get married again, the alimony stops. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, so you get a situation where they don't want to fucking get married, and they'll live with a guy and have him move out every once in a while.
Joe Rogan's got a friend who makes a lot of money, who is paying an insane amount of alimony, like hundreds of thousands a year. And his wife just will not. His ex-wife will not get married. But
she's been with the same guy for fucking ever.
For like 5 years. She's been dating the same guy, and she just, and it's this game that they go back and forth on, where the lawyers send investigators over, and he moves out for like a week, and then fucking moves right back into the guy's house that he lost to his wife. And
it's fucking bullshit, dude. Yeah, apparently, it's gotten a little better here. Like, they've finally, here it's kind of the law that unless there's some fucking compelling reason not to have, this isn't alimony, I'm sorry, this is child support. But unless there's some compelling reason why there can't be equal time, they're supposed to try to have equal time between the mother and the father as far as...
so then the father kind of has to be part of the support, and so does the mother, because the kid's going to be with them.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, you're supposed to have them, like, if it's 1 week here and then 1 week at the mom's, 1 week at the dad's, whatever it is.
And the other thing is, it needs to be a reasonable amount based on the ability to pay of the father. Because just because, like, they got divorced doesn't mean the father should have to pay, like, $500 a month if he only makes $1,000. Because he wasn't paying that before. It's not like they were, But there's situations where they'll do that shit, where they'll, like, give the father, like, child support payments that he couldn't possibly afford to pay, and still.
Yeah. Canada apparently is still really bad about that shit. Well, Dave Foley definitely got fucked, dude. Dave Foley got back with his ex. I haven't followed up on that, but apparently they fucking got back together.
What, Dave Foley?
Dave Foley, dude.
He got back with that woman?
Yes, dude.
Are you fucking serious? That's insane.
Dude. Yes, it is.
What is wrong with him?
I haven't followed up on it to see if it's actually still going on, but yeah, I can't remember who the fuck he was on with. You know what? I'm going to look it up. I need to fucking remember exactly. Hold on.
I'm not seeing anything.
Hold on. Let me see where I saw that. But I actually remember hearing Dave Foley say.
I thought he broke up with her and then got back together a couple times before he finally got the final divorce.
No, this was something recent, dude. It was within the last year or 6 months, probably.
He was judicially mandated to pay $10,700 per month, literally 400% of his income, so 4 times what he actually made per month,
it was ridiculous. It was based on like when he made the absolute most amount of money, like the Kids in the Hall fucking days.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's insane.
Hold on, I'm gonna type in
California's not
Dave
quite
Foley
that
life.
far. California hasn't gone to that level, but they're not that far behind.
Oh, Ken Jeong is supposed to be the one that brought him back together. This is the name of the video is how Ken Jeong brought Dave Foley and his wife back together.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's true. Right. That's insane, man.
I don't know how he could possibly be duped into that after how fucking evil she had been.
He really probably wants to see his kids, man.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's been prevented from seeing his kids for years.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Because she used to take him like if it was Thanksgiving or something, she'd fucking take off to like Italy or some fucking crazy shit, dude.
Well, he can't go see them. She has full custody in Canada. Once he left Canada, and he can't go back because he'll go to jail for an insane amount of child support that he couldn't possibly pay.
Yeah, this was 6 months ago. The video I'm talking about is 6 months ago.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I can understand, like, if it was a case where, after 5 years of him not seeing his kids, really wanted to see.
He's like, all right, I'll put up with this fucking crazy bitch as long as I can see my kids.
I can do this until they're 18, and then I can get away again, and there's nothing she can do.
Right. Although, yeah, he can kind of still never go back to Canada. He has so much in back, and he would still pay like a pretty decent amount. Like he would try to pay like $5,000 here or whatever, which is more than I would do, to be honest with you. Kids or not, man, I'd be like, fuck you, man. Nobody needs that much fucking money. But yeah, it was pretty ridiculous what they're basing on it. Like, well, you made it before, so you should be able to make it again. Like, yeah, I don't know if that really applies when you're a fucking, an actor or a comedian or whatever.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Just for a second, I opened that video because I just wanted to pause it and have it set up for like after the podcast.
Oh, gotcha.
I gotta see.
Shit, it's almost 2 in the morning. I just realized how late it was.
We should probably wrap up. We're getting to. I gotta sleep.
Yeah, me too. I gotta try to watch. I gotta try to get to a meeting in the morning because the Lions are playing on Monday Night Football.
Oh, right on.
I'm sure you know all about that.
Not a fucking.
Never. But yeah.
I've played some sports. I played baseball when I was a kid and loved it. I played golf as an adult. It's a lot of fun to play. Bores me to tears.
Yeah, when you're playing well, it can also fucking want you to fucking murder people, and it can be really frustrating. That's what I like about golf, man. When you get it right, it is such a great fucking feeling, dude.
Yeah, so it gets you coming back.
Yeah. You can go back the next day and suck ass, though, dude.
Yep. I haven't played in a long time, but yeah.
Neither have I.
I think the only thing I can watch on TV as far as sports goes, I'll occasionally be able to watch baseball because they just have fun.
Right.
A lot of those teams, they're just out there having a good time, and that's I can get into that. But
yeah, football's a little gladiatorial.
They're all playing a game, man, and they take it too fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Getting paid millions of dollars to go out and play a fucking game. And for them, it's like, 13 times a year, they go out and play like an actual game that matters. And they're that fucking serious. Like, God damn.
Yeah. The NFL is what? 16 game season. So
no, 16. Okay. Yeah. 16 games.
13 is more like college. College, they usually play about 12 or 13 games.
But, you should have fun with it, man.
A lot of them do, man.
But don't they punish people for fucking doing end zone dances and stuff? Like, what? Lighten the fuck up, man.
Well, they have actually this year finally, after fucking decades of that stupid shit. They're finally allowing a lot, but they got a lot more leeway doing the end zone shit. But yeah, it is pretty ridiculous how corporate it got, man.
Yeah, just take the fun out of the game, man. It's a game.
Yeah. Indeed.
All right. Well, on that note, just remember, life is a game. Peace out, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.